I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, what's good, party people in the place to be? Welcome to the Next Morning Drive. I'm your man, Uncle Freezy. What's good? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to be with you. Got a whole lot of stuff to talk about, man. The Bucks have won the NBA title. How about that? How about that? The freaking Milwaukee Bucks are the NBA champs. What in the name of Sam and Dave is going on out here when the Milwaukee Bucks are the NBA champs? What's good, party people in the place to be? I'm your man's, the host, Uncle Freezy. Good to be with you. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all, man. Good to see y'all. Good to be with y'all. You know what I mean? What in the world is going on in the NBA universe when the Milwaukee Bucks are the NBA champs? I just can't call it. I just can't call it because the Bucks are not a traditional champion or a traditional contender. The Milwaukee Bucks, yes, you heard me. The Milwaukee Bucks. They are not the traditional contender. You know what I mean? Y'all do know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean, man. I'm multitasking. I'm fixing coffee and talking trash at the same time. Kane Jerry, what's good? Black University, what's good? Nick for Life, Duke, what's good? What's good, y'all? And I know y'all are wondering, like, yo, I know the Next Morning Drive will be on, but I see the title to this live stream, and either this is Cap or Uncle Freezy has lost his mind. No, it's not Cap. And I have not lost my mind. I'm here to reason with you. I'm here to reason with you. Right? I'm here to reason with you, right? I am here to, for one, I can't believe the Milwaukee Bucks are the NBA champs. I'm stunned. I'm stunned that the Milwaukee Bucks are the NBA champs. Right? And I'm stunned because the Milwaukee Bucks knew this day would come with this team. Right? Angel Cabrera, what's good? I'm stunned because the Milwaukee Bucks knew this day was going to come. And throughout the pressure, they didn't fold. The Milwaukee Bucks organization didn't fold in this grand game of chicken. The Bucks didn't fold. They didn't waver. They did not deviate from the plan. Right? They did not deviate from the plan. A shaky franchise would have deviated from the plan and traded the best player in their franchise's history because they would be afraid that he was going to leave or afraid that he would be asked to be traded and leave them high and dry. They, however, didn't fold, didn't waver. Are their uniforms ugly? Yes. Are their uniforms ugly? Yes. But can you commend the Bucks organization for sticking with the plan? Yes. You got to give the Bucks credit. You got to give them credit. They stuck with. You remember how bad the Bucks looked last year in the playoffs? DSJ, what's good? Y'all remember how bad the Bucks looked in the playoffs? Remember that loss they took in the playoffs last year? And we were like, yo, what's wrong with Giannis ain't a champion. Giannis is a loser. Budenholzer don't make adjustments. Remember all of that? 1 year later, they win the championship on their floor. And you got to give them credit. Right. Okay, that's enough. That's enough of the Bucks love. Let's go Knicks. G. Robinson is in the building. What's good? That's enough of me talking about another organization. Screw them. I gave them their props. Y'all heard me do it. Let's go Knicks. Right? How about this? Dude says, let's not forget no Kyrie, no Kawhi, no Kiwi. No Kiwi, no AD, no Murray. It looks different if these players are healthy. Yeah, I don't care. The Knicks didn't win, so my comment to the rest of the NBA is so what? That's me every year. Once the Knicks are out, I'm like, so what? Right? Here's a question I'm going to ask y'all, and before y'all knee-jerk and say, oh, no! Listen to me. Listen to me. Hear me. White Falcon, what's good? Hear me out. can Julius Randle be the MVP of the NBA next season? And I know other Knicks content creators are just like, what did he say? Y'all heard me. I say a lot of stuff, right? But I put a lot of thought into a lot of the things that I ask and say. I don't just say random stuff all the time. Sometimes I say random stuff for S and Gs, but I think we all do sometimes, right? But so that's right. I'm the one that said RJ Barrett was going to be a star. I said that when RJ Barrett was in a rising 11th grader. Uncle Freezy, yes, me. I'm the one that went on Twitter and the Nothing But Nick show and said, "Oh, scrap everything and tank for RJ Barrett." And people were like, who in the world is RJ Barrett? They laughed at me, right? And fate brought the Knicks and RJ Barrett together, right? I'm the person that said, this Knicks team under Tibbs is going to go 42-30. That's right. That's right. That's right. I'm that person. And yes, I'm patting myself on the back for saying when y'all was saying the Knicks won't win 30 games, I said the Knicks will go 42-30 in front of everybody. And I got laughed at, right? I got laughed at. Other Knicks content creators were laughing at 42-30. You crazy, Uncle Freezy. Okay. So we didn't go 42-30. We went 41-31, right? Okay, I was wrong. I was wrong. Right? I was wrong. The Knicks didn't go 42-30. They went 41-31. But y'all was saying the Knicks won't win 24 games. Yeah, I remember. I have receipts. I was doing live streams back then, remember? And so I'm here today to tell you, yes, you, that I believe Julius Randle can be the MVP of the NBA next season. You heard me. You heard me right. And I said it with confidence. DSJ says, "Nah, man, that was Vegas. Don't blame us." that wasn't us, Uncle Freezy. That wasn't us, Uncle Freezy. That was Vegas. No, man. I sat here in the midst of the CP the Artist, the Chuck B's, the everybody's, and they were telling me that I was crazy for suggesting that the Knicks would go 42-30. Right? Y'all were crazy. Y'all, Uncle Freezy, you crazy. Yeah. And you notice how I enunciate notice how I enunciate when I'm doing my prediction, but when I pretend to be y'all, I sound like your cousin from Georgia. You crazy, Uncle Freezy. Uncle Freezy done lost it. I try to enunciate so when y'all cut up these clips and put them on Twitter to try to shame me, I at least sound halfway intelligent. But then when I act like one of y'all, I sound like I'm y'all cousin from Georgia. Now, I'm here to tell you that there is a pathway for Julius Randle to be the MVP of the NBA. That's right. That's right. Nah. Look, nah. See, no, not the MVP of the Knicks. The MVP of the NBA. G. Robinson says, compare Randle to this year's MVP and runner-up, and you saying he's going to be better than them. Maybe I should pull up the league MVP's numbers. I know how y'all love when I go find stats and stuff, put stats on the screen, right? I know y'all love that. Y'all like, oh boy, here we go again. Uncle Freezy putting numbers up on the screen. We don't want to see numbers. We just want to have conversations. We don't care nothing about numbers, man. Nah, bro, y'all brought it up. So now I gotta share numbers. Now I have to share numbers. And this ESPN media player is killing me, and I can't find it. The ESPN media player is playing somewhere. I can't find it. And it's oh, jeez. Let me find something else because I can't deal with that. I can't deal with the ESPN media player playing. I'm gonna come get it in a second. Hold on a second. Okay. That was Miss Mocha, y'all. Hey, Miss Mocha. I'm gonna share the screen with y'all. I want y'all to see this. Who's the current MVP? Who's yo, Pierre Moise, what's good? Dude, I'm gonna show you something. Cornerstone Kev is in the building. Hey, Cornerstone Kev, let me work on something real quick. So this is your NBA MVP. Man, look at these numbers. These numbers are amazing. These numbers are amazing. 26 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists. Those numbers are amazing. Am I wrong? Are these numbers not amazing? Hey, Big Mike is in the building. Good morning, Big Mike. What's good? These numbers are amazing, right? 72 games, 26 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, 57% from the field, 39% from three, 87% from the free throw line. So you couldn't foul them, right? You couldn't keep them off the boards. You couldn't double them because his assist totals are high, right? Right? So Big Mike says, numbers ain't everything unless you don't know anything about the sport. Right. But this is exactly why I'm putting up numbers. Right? Right. Because numbers aren't everything except for those that can't watch every game. So for some of y'all watch every NBA game of every NBA team every night, right? Y'all break down the film and y'all can talk about what every player did all game long in every game versus every opponent every night, right? Some of y'all do that. Y'all get league pass. And some nights you have up to 12 games, 13 games, and y'all watch every game in its entirety. And you break down what the offense is doing and what the defense is doing, right? And you you understand the concepts on offense versus the adjustments and strategies on the defensive side. Some of y'all do that. Y'all watch every game, every day of every team, right? But then there are some that don't watch every game. There are some that don't watch every game. There are some of us that only watch the Knicks. We get league pass so that we can't miss Knicks games, right? So we don't get to see the random Tuesday night Denver Nuggets versus Sacramento Kings in Sacramento, California. So what we have to go by are numbers. Tell me if this don't make sense. Because I know basketball. I know basketball. I know basketball. I don't care who comes into, I don't care who comes here in the live stream. I know basketball. They can break down, they can try to break down stuff on the court. It won't be beyond me. I study basketball, right? I study motions, right? I know when cats be like, oh, I broke down the Spanish pick and roll. Yeah, me too. I do too. Me too. I do it. I watch it, and I watch all five guys. I watch all five guys. I don't watch the ball. I watch the motion from all five guys, and I watch the defensive adjustments. What are the perimeter men doing? The perimeter men, which leg are they going to give away on a drive? Which side? Where are they trying to force the driver? Which direction? Is the big man lurching forward, or is he sagging back, bumping cutters? I see all that stuff. I know basketball. I know basketball. That's the reason why I'm here. Right? Right? I know basketball. Danny Landis is in the building. What's good? Right? And I also know math, numbers, and strategy. So when you talk front office stuff, I know I'm smart enough to understand how business works. Right? I understand the business. I understand how business works. Right? And I'm not bragging. Listen, I'm not bragging. I'm not saying that. What I'm telling you is that I'm qualified to know the difference between fluff and stuff. Right? I know fluff. I know fluff. I know fluff. I could sniff out fluff. I know when people are saying something just to be heard, or when they're saying something to contribute to the conversation. I know this. I've been in business too long. Cuts, kicks, and nicks was good. I can tell the difference, right? So what I'm telling you is there is a pathway for Julius Randle to be the MVP of the NBA, right? I'm telling you this because there is a pathway. But normal Knicks fans can't They can't wrap their heads around guys coming here and getting better organically because they have never had consistent coaching for a long time. The New York Knicks fans are not used to having great coaching over a long stretch of time. They're not used to it, right? And you can't blame them because it rarely happened. Right? Yeah, cuts, kicks, and nicks. Listen, I know this game. I know this game. Right? Right? I know the difference between man-to-man and press man-to-man. I know this. I know the difference between press man-to-man, cutting the ball off, and funneling and press man-to-man, funneling the driver to a shot blocker. I know this. I know all these things when I see them. Right? But what I'm saying is some people watch every NBA game of every team every night, so they don't need numbers. They don't need numbers. But for those that don't watch every game, they need numbers. And so for those that don't watch, let me do this. Let me do this. Because I need some help on this. 82 times 30. So for those that don't watch 2,460 NBA games, for those that don't watch wait a minute. I'm sorry. Not even that. Not even that. Let me go. What was I thinking? I need to be smarter than that. For those that don't watch 118,080 minutes of NBA basketball every year, they have to go by numbers. Because there are some people that say numbers lie. Oh, you can't go by numbers, Uncle Freezy. Yes, you can. Because unless you watch 118,080 minutes of NBA basketball plus overtimes, you can't say numbers don't matter. Because if you don't watch every minute of every game of every team on every night, you are going to have to use numbers. Right? You're going to have to use numbers. Big Mike, this ain't at you. I'm talking, bro. I'm just talking in general. Big Mike. Calm down. Big Mike, calm down. Big Mike, smoke a Newport or something. Chill. Just chill out. This is how live streams work, bro. You got to make a base for I have to make a base for the things that I'm saying. I'm not picking you out, Big Mike. We love you and appreciate you, Big Mike, and we want you to be here. And we want you to keep adding. Chill, calm down. Let me finish doing the thing. Drink some coffee or something. Big Mike was like, I know you know. Nah, bro. Nah, me and you not arguing, bro. I'm building something here because the live stream is not just going to be 10 minutes long. You know what I'm saying? I got to, do calm down, Big Mike. Big Mike, calm down, bro. It's a show. You know what I'm saying? It's a show. You know what I'm saying? We enjoy having you, bro. Calm down. It's all good. I ain't trying to put you on the spot. Big Mike, like, oh God, what would you talk about, Uncle Freezy? Calm down, bro. Calm down. Calm down, man. It's all good, bro. We appreciate you. But so what I'm saying is, For those that don't watch every minute of every game of every team every day, you have to use numbers as metrics, right? So when y'all make the debates, when y'all say these things and people tell you that numbers aren't everything, you should say to that person that we know numbers aren't everything, right? But numbers are a part of something, right? 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 The numbers are a part. Watching the game with your eyes are a part, right? You understanding what you see is a part, right? And so what we have to do is take all those parts, put them together, form a conclusion, and make our argument based on that. So we summarize what we see, right? The game, the numbers, the actions on the floor, all that stuff. And we come up with these things so we'll have something to talk about. 19 comment, NYC 84, what's good? What's good? So what I'm saying is you're looking at the NBA MVP right now. This is your 2020, 2021 NBA MVP. Did he deserve it? Yes. Yes, he deserved it. Right? Could Giannis have won it again? Yes. But I'm here to tell you, I am introducing a new person to the MVP discussion. And he is your best player at the moment. Right? He is your best player at the moment. Right? You see Jokic's numbers, right? But now I want to introduce a player with similar numbers. Now I want to introduce a player with similar numbers. Right? Julius Randle played 71 games. And if you remember the game he missed, Julius Randle was upset. Right? Julius Randle was upset. It was the Milwaukee game. Randle was upset because he felt like he could have, should have, and would have played. Right? He could have, should have, and would have played. Right? Y'all remember that. So look at Julius Randle's numbers compared to the current league MVP. 24 points a game. Well, Jokic scored 26. 10.2 rebounds. Jokic is in that same range. 6 assists. Jokic had average 8 assists, right? Here is where the numbers diverge a little bit. Julius Randle shot 45% from the field. Jokic shot in the mid-50s, right? Jokic shot in the mid. I can't believe. Hey, listen. For one, I can't believe Julius Randle's parents named him Dion. Y'all see that? Julius Dion Randle. What? What in the name? What in the name of country grammar? What the name of Nelly E-I is this? Julius Randle's middle name is Dion. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Parents just don't understand. Parents just don't understand, bro. They don't get it. Parents be in the moment. Yo, what in the name of Sam and Dave are parents doing? What in the Dion, Julius Randle, listen. Julius, when you ever come, if you ever come on a live stream, trust me, I'm not going to talk about certain things, but this is one thing we will talk about. This is crazy, Dion. I would have never have let the world know my middle name. Not only Dion, but spelled like Deion Sanders. Come on. Parents just don't understand. Parents just don't understand. Yo, Andy Garcia is in the building. Black Rain, what's happening? Right. What's good? Hey, so Andy Garcia, Black Rain says, hey, you can't compare Jokic to Randle. Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is the reason why, like to Big Mike, without saying from Big Mike comment, is this is why I'm saying I have to do this. I have to build it in a certain way. Because Black Rain just said you can't compare Jokic to Randle. Jokic is a way better playmaker and much more efficient scorer, and the impact is unreal. Really? Okay. And that has nothing to do with the offensive system that the Denver Nuggets run and the amount of playmakers the Denver Nuggets have versus what the Knicks have. Jamal Murray went down, right? Jamal Murray, borderline all-star, Jamal Murray went down, and they still had Michael Porter Jr. Interesting, right? What if RJ Barrett went down? What would Julius Randle's number? Really? If RJ Barrett went down, are y'all telling me Reggie Bullock, Alec Burks, Nerlens Noel, Taj Gibson, Ronnie Bobby, Ricky, and Mike would have stepped up like the Denver Nuggets did? I'm just saying. On Future Gaming, what's good? Yeah. Pops was like, I want to name him Deion Sanders Randle. And Mom was like, no. Pops was like, come on, Deion Sanders Randle. Come on, baby. You got a ring to it. And Mom was like, no. Pops was like, yo, I'll buy you that fur coat you've been wanting. Mom was like, no. Pops was like, I'll get you that little Cadillac SUV you like. Mom was like, no. No means no. And when he was born, they like, so what's the baby name? And they like, Julius Martin Randle. And Pops was like, no, change Martin to Dion. Yo. But anyway, let me get back to, let me be mature, man. I'm sorry. Y'all be making me laugh, yo. Y'all be making me laugh. See, what happens is I already have something that I want to introduce before I start the live stream. And then I start reading y'all comments and y'all start distracting me with stuff like, Pops was definitely a fan. It'll make me laugh and I get sidetracked, man. My bad. So here's the thing. Here's the thing that I'm getting at, though. Julius Randle played 71 games. He missed one game, and that was against the Milwaukee Bucks, and he wanted to play that game, right? Julius Randle's ascension is kind of like Jokic, kind of, right? except Jokic came from out of nowhere to be a player. Julius Randle was a player from go, and the opportunities weren't there. Because to be honest with you, Julius Randle right now should be doing this for the Lakers. He should. He should be doing this right now for the Los Angeles Lakers. But you know what the Lakers were doing? They were trying to squeeze the last 2 years out of Kobe Bryant's career. And that's why Julius Randle slipped out of their hands. Because I'm not saying that Julius Randle is Anthony Davis, right? I'm not saying Julius Randle is Anthony Davis. But Julius Randle is an all-NBA, all-star power forward that they drafted. They drafted him. And instead of letting him develop, they ran out of patience. Because they was trying to squeeze the last few years out of Kobe Bryant before Kobe Bryant passed away. Rest in peace, Kobe. And no disrespect to Kobe's legacy or his family, right? But they were trying to get the last bit out of Kobe before Kobe retired. And Julius Randle was not a part of that plan, right? But if you look at what they gave up to get Anthony Davis versus what they would have right now with Julius Randle, I think a lot of y'all would say, I would rather have kept Randle. A lot of y'all would say right now, Uncle Freezy, I understand where you're coming from. Julius Randle puts up these numbers and he's durable. Anthony Davis puts up better numbers and he's fragile. Right? Julius Randle puts up these numbers. And don't give me that Julius Randle only did it 1 year crap. Don't give me that Julius Randle only did it 1 year. Look at these numbers here. Look at his career totals. 17-9 for his career. 17-9 for his career. Don't give me that, oh, Julius Randle was Jeremy Grant mess. Come on, man. Don't be disrespectful like that. Right? Don't be disrespectful to Julius Randle. Like, oh, it came from out of nowhere. He only did it 1 year. Nah, man. Julius Randle did it 3 years in a row. 3 years in a row. One for New Orleans, which got him the bag with the Knicks. The first year with the Knicks, he was 20-10, kicking out the my man was kicking out the ball to Mo Harkless, Wayne Ellington. Julius Randle was putting up 20-10 with Mo Harkless, Wayne Ellington, and Elfrid Payton. And y'all say he only did it for 1 year and it wasn't impressive. Then he did it again. He did it again. He did it again with Elfrid Payton, Taj Gibson, Nerlens Noel, Reggie Bullock, RJ. Man, come on. Come on. G. Robinson said, so basically, if Randle was on the Lakers instead of AD, they would still have won a chip. I'm going to say yes. Because, and here's the reason why. Because the assets you gave up to get AD, you could have gave up half that and got a Bradley Beal. And you would have rocked LeBron, Bradley Beal, and Julius Randle. And that don't win you a chip? Yo, he back! Ladies and gentlemen, it's Cornerstone Kev, a.k.a. Star Child, with a brand new shirt on. Let's go. Let's go.
Party it on the mothership. You know what I'm saying? Party it on the mothership. Put a glide in that stride and a dip in that hip and come on down to the mothership. Do the loose booty, doing a bump. Hustle on over here.
Yo, guess what song I heard last night?
What'd you hear last night, bro? What'd you hear?
Do the Hustle.
Oh, God. Hey, yo, man. Yo, you know millennials don't know nothing about disco. You know that, right?
Right. I heard Do the Hustle, and there was another song. As soon as I heard it,
Fly Robin Fly.
Fly Robin Fly. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, there was another song. As soon as I heard it, I bought it. Coach Z, what's good?
Hey, what's up, Z?
Hey man, I'm waiting for you to come on shirtless to sport this Frank tattoo Freezy's talking.
I wish. Hey man, after what I saw last night, man, yo, Milwaukee is bedlam. Could you imagine if we were Milwaukee Bucks fans? We'd be in heaven right now.
Right.
We be in heaven.
Like the Ohio players.
Yeah, heaven must
like
be
this.
like this. Must be like this.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
DP, you're gonna have to go to LA.
Hey, what's up, Chuck?
He ain't winning nothing as one of the top dogs.
Say again?
He ain't winning nothing.
Who's that? CP3. You talk about CP3, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say this. I said it. I built my case for it, and I want to get y'all's take on it. So I said there is a pathway for Julius Randle to be the MVP of the league, and I've said some outlandish stuff, but a lot of it is entrenched in deep thought, and some of it was accurate. Like I said, and Cornerstone Kev might remember this, but I went on Nothing But Knicks when Joakim Noah was taking naked pictures next to his car. Remember that? And people were like, "What is Joakim Noah doing? Does he want to be traded?" I was like, "Yo, that ain't even a conversation, right? Trade Joakim Noah right now and tank for RJ Barrett." And no lie. Who's Mark? This dude, who's Mark that was on the show?
Yeah.
He went bananas. He was like, "Who the hell is RJ Barrett?"
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, don't do that. Don't do that. And all these years later, guess what? Guess who's starting that guard for the New York Knicks?
RJ Barrett.
And at the beginning of the season, and for those that have been watching the live stream since we started, at the beginning of the season, Free Keith pinned me down and said, "You gonna tell me how many games the Knicks gonna win?" And I was like, the Knicks are gonna go 42-30. And this is when we still had Dennis Smith Jr., Kevin Knox was getting 20 minutes a game.
Yeah.
This is in the preseason.
We didn't even know Rivers.
Yeah.
Austin Rivers.
Yeah. In the preseason, I said 42-30. And then when the season started, when we looked terrible, they were like, "Yo, you gonna tell me how many games the Knicks are gonna win?" And I said 42-30. And I was wrong because the Knicks went 41-31.
Yeah.
Right? Right. And I told Coach, hey, listen, I told Spree the Knick, there is a pathway for the Knicks to make the NBA Finals. I told him that. He was like, "A pathway for the Knicks?" I'm interested to hear it. I'm like, yo, if the Knicks beat the Hawks, everybody else is vulnerable and suspect. Everybody. He was like, "Even Brooklyn?" I was like, "Even Brooklyn." Even Brooklyn. Right?
Hey, you were 60% correct. You were 60% because we got the 4th seed.
Right. I told
Yep.
I told them that way back at the beginning of the season. Like, there's a pathway for us to get there. Now I'm saying, and I'm not saying that I'm right about everything, but this, I believe I am correct. There is a pathway for Julius Randle, your favorite team's best player, to win league MVP.
We should have got more consideration this year.
Yeah, but the media doesn't.
Did this with the Knicks roster, people would have been at his beckoning call, praising him even more, making sure he got every MVP vote.
Right. Bro, I'm here to tell you, there is no player in this league that did more with less.
Yeah.
There is no, because the people were saying, "Well, Jokic, man, Jamal Murray went down with a torn ACL." he still had Michael Porter Jr.
Come on.
And
Come
Paul
on.
Millsap.
And Paul Millsap. Yeah. All
Right.
those guys, man. Yeah.
JaMychal Green. All these guys,
all
bro.
these guys. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
But what we get so fascinated, we're so fascinated with offense.
Yeah.
That we don't look at defense. Like Jokic was getting roasted defensively.
Yeah.
Killed defensively, right?
Exactly. So
Julius Randle, even though that bucket is fire, bro. That bucket is too fire.
It is,
bro.
yeah.
That bucket is too fire, bro.
Is there any way that you can get that to me before I leave to go to Orlando? Is there any way you can get that to me?
When you going to Orlando?
I'm going August 6th.
That's my
August 5th.
birthday.
August 5th. Oh, really? Okay, I'm gonna call him up to wish him a happy birthday, all right?
No, you're not.
Hey, I'm a man of my word. Man of my word. I promise. It'll be in the morning, but I promise.
Yeah, man.
Everything.
You going down to see G-Man?
Hell no.
You're not even gonna stop and say hi to him?
He's in Tampa. I'm in Orlando, man.
Yeah.
He gets on.
That's about what, 150 miles away or something like that?
It's about 2 hours. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. He's if I can't see him, he's got to come up and see me. That's all.
Yeah. Hey, G-Man is a rider.
Yeah, he crazy. I was talking to him this morning, man. We was talking to him this morning. But the argument that you were making about Jokic and Randle, you can say the same thing like between Monty Williams and Coach Tibbs. Because everybody's saying that Monty Williams should have been Coach of the Year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So.
I mean, Monty was a deserving candidate as well.
Right.
But you see Monty at least got consideration, which is fine. Julius didn't even get any real consideration for MVP.
No, you're absolutely right.
I'm saying he should have at least got some.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he should have won, but he should have got some consideration.
For some consideration, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But Zach, your boy CP, man, CP3, I think he's a sore loser.
Oh, well, I mean, I would too if I spent my whole career trying to get somewhere and choked it away. Like, I don't know if I said what I was going to say, but I'm not going to say it, so choked it away.
Yeah.
He's never getting back there unless he teams up and rides someone's coattails.
Right.
Yeah.
I get a little pissed off too.
Yeah, he didn't. Well, everybody else like Booker and Monty, all the rest of the teammates went over to congratulate them. He just walked off and didn't say a word. I was like, wow.
Everybody knows CP3 is a dirty player, so he was never in that situation to show his character when it comes to a final loss.
Yeah.
It's the first time people are really seeing it.
Yeah, you know the difference between him and Patrick Beverly was that Patrick Beverly went overboard about it.
Yeah, at least he didn't try to hurt somebody.
Exactly.
Right. So what about Cornerstone? What about Julius Randle for MVP? Do you believe there's a pathway?
There could be. There could be.
So Coach Z, this is what I'm gonna say that if the Knicks sign a cat like Duncan Robinson, if the Knicks trade for a cat like Colin Sexton, if RJ Barrett can keep defenses honest off Julius Randle, where on a nightly basis, Julius Randle does not get doubled and triple teamed, but gets to go one-on-one with other NBA power forwards, I think Julius Randle can average 27, 28, 29 points a game. And I know that sounds like a lot. You go, what?
But that's also taking into consideration just the maturity in his game and just learning from this year, being the number one option, being an all-star and coming back from that and just being better in general. He gets better every year in his career. So,
yeah.
But so he it's not. It sounds like a stretch, but it's not.
Right.
Especially if that's why I wanted to go after young guys that are good to where he doesn't get double teamed and triple teamed. Like I wanted
every night.
Isaac, I wanted Lonzo Ball. I wanted Miles Turner, so there's 5 people on the floor that when he passes to, they can make that shot.
Right.
You know,
or he doesn't have to pass to, because
right.
defenses they won't. Yeah, because defenses won't double team.
Right.
Because if you bring a big off of Miles Turner to double team Julius and leave Miles Turner all alone at the top of the key for 3,
knockdown. And plus, you know, like in the playoffs, Julius's numbers would have looked better because I rewatched the playoff series. I looked it up. What I combine, he probably would have averaged like 12, 13 assists a game if dudes would have shot their normal percentages from 3.
Right.
So if we would have a competent 3-point shooting team, double and triple teamed, even though it looked ugly as far as the scoring goes, he would have been averaging a triple-double.
Right.
You know, so like the narrative would have been different and we would have won that series.
Right. And to be honest with you, I know how Knicks fans are gonna say, we can't figure out exactly what happened, so we're just gonna blame one guy. And that's why Pat Ewing used to get all the blame. Man, listen, Michael Jordan. Think about this. Michael Jordan would go off for 45 against the Knicks, right? 45, 48 points, right? And people would be like, well, it's all Pat Ewing's fault.
Yeah.
Yo, Pat Ewing don't guard Michael Jordan. Are you serious?
If he did, he'd get 100 points.
Right.
Nothing against Patrick Ewing's defensive skills, but
right. People are like, and no knock on John Starks and Derek Harper and Doc Rivers and Gerald Wilkins and Rolando Blackman and Hubert Davis and Charlie Ward and Chris Childs and Greg Anthony. And all them guys, right? But this is Michael Jordan we talking about, right? This is Mike Jordan, right? People blame Pat Ewing for all those Knicks losses. And you're like, why are you blaming Pat when he was guarding Bill Cartwright? Right? And you're like, well, he the best player. He's going to be the best player of the team. It's his fault. Come on, man.
That's just not knowing basketball.
Yeah. Right, but we did it to Julius Randle this playoff series.
Now, did I want to see more efficiency from Julius? Yeah, but that's a team thing. Like that happens. His efficiency goes up if we're not shooting 17% from 3.
Right.
And all I'm saying, and I truly don't believe that he's ever going to win MVP, and that's not to him. That's to the media bias and the bias in sports. Because just think about. Shout out to SB Talk Sports. He's one of my favorites. He said, Randle would have to do something we've never seen before. He just did. He took a starting lineup of Alfred Payton, Nerlens Noel, Reggie Bullock, 4th seed, average. He was the one of 3 players all time. Jokic and Larry Bird are the only other 2 to have over 20 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, 5 assists a game, and shoot 40% from 3. If that was LeBron, if that was KD, if that
was Herculean, right?
Any of the guys, they would have been like, oh, MVP right away.
Build a statue.
Yeah. But this is not the name cachet. He didn't even get a consideration for MVP. Just like with Melo back in the day with that 2012-2013 team, he got 1 vote because he did more with less.
Yeah.
Because he's a big name, Melo, bigger than Julius, but he wasn't the big name. He wasn't, LeBron. He wasn't those guys. So.
And the story in New York City and at both times was about Brooklyn. Like when Melo was happening, remember Brooklyn had tried to put together a super team back then. You remember that?
Yeah.
And Darren Williams. All them guys, right?
Bill Wallace.
Yeah. And so this year when Julius Randle had a MVP consideration season. I'll say it that way. I'm not saying that this year he should have been league MVP. I don't believe this is the league MVP season. I think this is the season that puts him in consideration. Yeah. Next year he'll probably get some MVP votes, and then if he does it again after that, he might be a serious MVP contender.
I think this. Go ahead, Zach. Go ahead.
Plus, think about just to go back to that Melo thing, and I'm not saying it's a comparison, but Melo had a defensive player of the year in Tyson Chandler.
Yeah.
Even though he was injured, when he was healthy, he had Amari Stoudemire. He had Jason Kidd, Sheed. He had Novak. He had all sorts of players.
J.R. Smith.
He had 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
He had all sorts of. He had rookie Shumpert, who was solid. He had a much better supporting cast than Julius Randle had this year, and he
Right.
still got MVP consideration.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Just filling his role of being the scorer. I mean, that's what Melo did. Julius did everything, led his team in points, rebounds, assists,
minutes,
passes. I mean, at one point he was leading the league in passes. A game. And he still had less assists than other people. That goes to show he didn't have the talent to knock down the shots he was passing them to.
Because assist is a two-man stat.
Exactly.
And he averaged 6 assists a game with Alfred Payton, Reggie Bullock, Nerlens Noel, and RJ Barrett as a starting 4.
Yeah, I just think that it just left a bad taste in everyone's mouth of how we went out.
But that doesn't matter because the MVP considerations before the playoffs. Playoffs aren't considered in the MVP.
That's correct. That's correct. You're absolutely right.
That's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah.
But for this year and with Randle, I think what this year did for us was just put us back on the map a little bit so that next year people can it's going to go two ways. Either people are going to say what we did this year was a fluke or that they're going to take us seriously.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that we're gonna put it this way, Freeze. I think we'll be on the Christmas schedule. I think we'll be on,
because we're respectable.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Even if we take a dip in like wins and losses, our team's still more respectable now than it's been, and I can't tell you how long.
Exactly. Right. So,
but no, I just like people just want to like and it's I guess it's right to do, but like to say, well, it was only one season. Julius Randle, I get he's performed the past 3 years really well, but he didn't take this step till last year.
No.
So so they want to see it again. I get it, but at the same time, you still have to appreciate what he did. There's been plenty of great NBA players that had one shining season, and the rest were still good, but not that good. You know what I mean?
Not that good. Yep, absolutely.
Right. Hey, but Coach Zach. So Coach Zach, here's the thing though. In the 2018-19 season, Julius Randle averaged 21 points and 9 rebounds.
Yeah.
Right? And that was with the Pelicans, right?
Yep.
That 1 year with the Pelicans, right? And the 2019-20 season, his first season with the Knicks, he averaged 20 points and 10 rebounds.
Yep.
Right? So his second season with the Knicks, he averaged 24 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. That's 3 years in a row of being an impact player, right? Thank you, babe. So my question is to everybody that knows basketball and has watched Randle is how many seasons of excellent play do you need from one guy in order to give him credit for being an excellent NBA player?
Oh, I'm giving him credit for being a player. I'm not saying that.
I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you, bro. I'm saying in general. I'm asking like average NBA fan.
Got it. People it's the name thing. A lot of fans, they just want to see the name. Like, they just name cachet goes a long way with fans that don't watch every game, don't watch every team. And people just don't want to for example, Lonzo Ball improved his game exponentially this season, proved he can play on and off ball, and people still don't want him because of his first couple seasons with the Lakers and his name. And you'll never change people's minds about certain players. And G. Robson, he did make his teammates better. He was literally the main facilitator on a team that everybody drastically improved their 3-point shooting percentage, volume, all of that.
Why is it that Knicks fans always have to throw cold water, on accomplishments that these players do?
Because they didn't win a championship for us. Because they didn't. People want to people expect Randle to make anybody expected Randle to make the Eastern Conference Finals with this team is smoking something. I'm not trying to sound mean. I'm gonna say, but people expected a certain thing out of them, and I'm like, this team just isn't that good yet. They're on the up and coming.
I thought that we would have a really great run towards it. I didn't I mean, I did think we could win it, but that was just wishful thinking.
That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. That's like,
it's just wishful thinking. I wasn't confident that we're gonna do
that's
like what
hyping it up too much. No offense,
right,
Cornerstone, but it's like there was one player who could get his own shot off when it mattered. No, Julius. RJ still working on that. He can't get his shot off over any defender. Julius can, just not when he's being doubled and triple teamed and there's no threat to kick it out to an open shooter that's going to make it. As soon as they started seeing that our shots weren't falling for our perimeter shooters, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. Any coach could have coached against the Knicks. Double, triple team Julius, let the other guys beat you. That was a simple strategy they employed. But guess what? No one else beat us, or no one else beat the Hawks. So, and plus Derrick Rose, I mean, he was great, but he was just out there playing hero ball, scoring as many points as he can. He didn't get to make his teammates better. Like when Julius is cooking like that offensively, he makes his teammates better, and that shows you right there. Derrick Rose couldn't do it. He didn't do it. I'm nothing against Derrick Rose. That wasn't his job. His job was to score.
No, his job was to score and to also orchestrate that second unit, not to being starting minutes.
I mean, G is saying Bullock, Burks, Rose, Noel, Peyton, Knox, Frank, Mitch. All these players had the same stats they had through their career. But were they the fourth seed? I mean, and Knox. I mean, Knox is Knox. He didn't really play. Mitch was hurt most of the year. Burks had a rise in production. He's going to get a bag. Bullock had a rise in his 3-point shooting and production. I think it was like career high in scoring, if not close to it. Alfred Payton didn't have the same numbers. He had less numbers because he didn't have the ball in his hand. But if Frank didn't really play. Like, that's nitpicking. You can't pick certain guys.
Exactly.
Like what about RJ Barrett, who had a lot of nice catch and shoot opportunities from Julius all year? What about, Nerlens Noel played extremely well.
Everybody forgets that.
It's not just that, like Obi Toppin, you could say, his numbers, this and that. He didn't really play. So, there's levels to the numbers. Knox and Frank didn't get consistent minutes. I don't think they should have. Sorry, Cornerstone. But you can't.
Well, we'll agree. Hey, we'll agree to disagree on that because I think once you replaced Alfred Payton with Derrick Rose, you had to. I believe you had to find minutes for Frank in there. That's what I'm saying. But all season, I
consistent minutes because they're not consistent players.
It wasn't consistent.
But you can't. You can sit there and say if they had a bigger consistent role, their numbers would have jumped. Like
right. Yeah.
Like for example, Melo. A lot of people's opinions that 1 year where Melo averaged 4+ assists, he only had 21 points a game. He had like 8 rebounds or 7 rebounds, and people said it was his best season. Yeah, his numbers dipped, but guess what? He contributed more to winning before her injuries, and he really played well. And yeah, Bullock averaged 11 points, but that's damn near his career high.
Right.
But can I just say one thing about making other players better? How good are you, or rather how bad are you if I have to make you better? Like you're a professional. I should be able to make the game easier, maybe helping you get easier shots. Like because I'm getting double teamed, making crisper passes. But if someone else has to make you better, then you're not really good from the beginning.
And that's what I'm saying. He had these guys that weren't the greatest play. Like, what I'm like. If in my opinion, if you go with the team I want to build, he would make those guys exponentially better. But not because they're bad players, but because they're really good players, young players trying to find their way. And Julius Randle's assists would skyrocket if he had a starting 5 of Lonzo, RJ, and Miles Turner, and Jonathan Isaac. His assists and the whole team, the way they flow, they would skyrocket. His numbers would be much better. Their numbers would be much better. And I can bank that.
I don't know how people say that Julius Randle didn't make people better when Frank Ntilikina went from a bad 3-point shooter to 48% from 3. And And here is data to support it. Right? Remember, we were like, yo, if only Frank could start knocking down shots, he'd be worth something. So Frank is 3-and-D. His reputation is defense, and his three-point shot is there. 47.9% cornerstone.
Yeah.
I went to New Jersey public schools, right? So I'm going to say 47.9 is 48%.
Yes, indeed.
Right?
And then
Right?
like people will sit there, like people, and I don't want to call out names, but people in the chat are saying, remember when KD cooked him when they had less players? Hold on. First of all, how many all-time greats has Kevin Durant cooked offensively? Just because Kevin Durant cooks you, that's every person in the league then is overrated. Or
He was cooking Milwaukee.
Right.
If it wasn't for his big ass foot, they would have been in the finals and not Milwaukee.
Right. And you know the other thing too, you can point out. I saw Tibbs bring Frank off the bench, and Frank was the wet blanket on a scorching hot offensive player. I saw it numerous. I saw him do it to De'Aaron Fox, right? So and De'Aaron Fox is fast, right? They call him Swiper. This dude is blazing fast. They bring in the dude scored like 9 straight points, was killing RJ Barrett. They bring in Frank, and all you see at the referee is Swiper like he all over me, man. He fouling me. Nah, bro, that's called physical defense. You remember the Lakers game when Kyle Kuzma had 18 points at halftime?
Yeah.
They brought in, man, Kyle Kuzma was killing RJ Barrett.
Yep.
They brought in Frank. The dude finished the game with 23 points.
Yep.
He had 18 at the half.
Yeah.
And he finished the game with 23.
Now imagine,
and 3 of those points wasn't even on Frank.
Yeah. Now imagine if Tibbs would have played him earlier in the game. You
Right.
never know.
Right.
Yeah, but still, he's proven to be inconsistent. That's why Tibbs.
That's why Tibbs won't play, because he's inconsistent.
But the thing is, like, yeah, and it's so and yeah, people who say it doesn't make his teammates better. All these, I believe it started when he signed, because if you remember, before Julius was on the team, you didn't really see a lot of videos or pictures. Everybody working out together, getting better together. As soon as Julius signed that contract, what did you see? Like 7, 8 dudes from the team all working out, getting better,
right,
working their butts off. That started a culture then. He's your best player on a hardworking culture team that does nothing but improve. You can't say your best player doesn't have a part in that. Doesn't have a part in getting people together. He showed up to the bubble when most people didn't. So your best player shows up to a voluntary workout, things like that make your team better. He could have not showed up because expecting to be traded since they draft. He probably heard rumblings they were going to draft Obi, all that stuff. He could have checked out. He could have just only did him, but he didn't.
Right.
That's a message to the whole team. People don't realize that. It does.
Hey, don't put Josh's thing up here. You know why? Because Josh wants to trade the whole team for Damian Lillard or Bradley Beal. He wants to trade the whole team. Don't put Josh's out there. Just kidding, Uncle Fulio. Just kidding.
Salute.
Just kidding.
And so the thing with Damian Lillard is intriguing, though.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Come on, man. You can't go one way and then go another, man.
First of all,
I don't know
You can't go one way. You can't go.
Freezy started out months ago wanting to trade for Damian Lillard.
Me?
Yeah, remember this with me and Chuck? You were like, "Give me everything. Give me Damian Lillard."
No,
I believe Zach. I believe Zach on this. I believe Zach on this.
No. This is what you heard from Uncle Freezy. Damian Lillard is a loser.
No,
That's what you heard.
No, man.
Hey, Hadouken, am I lying?
Do we need? Hadouken wasn't here back then.
Yes, he was.
You said on me and Chuck. You said, "Give me trade for Dame Lillard. Get the Knicks need a star." To that you say what?
Damian Lillard is a loser. I've been saying this since December. Damian, what has Damian Lillard ever won? So it's Cozy. Listen, I tell you what. If you point out to me what Damian Lillard has ever won, I will say, you know what? I co-signed that, and I said it.
He won Western Conference runner-up. Boom.
Right. My narrative on Damian Lillard has been, is, and always will be. Damian Lillard is more concerned that Hulu has live sports than the Blazers winning the championship. Because when Hoodie Cab used to come on and be like, I need Damian Lillard, I would say Hulu has live sports, and it would drive him crazy that I would say that.
Live sports, it's a lifestyle.
Right.
Get it right.
So what I'm saying is I'm not a fan of a guy from a losing organization coming here to save us. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's great. Like, I used to watch this cartoon back in the day called Popeye the Sailor Man. Right? You remember Popeye? Anybody in here remember Popeye the Sailor Man?
Yes, sir.
You remember the love square? It was weird. It was Brutus who loved olive oil.
Yeah.
Popeye loved olive oil. But olive oil was always around Brutus for some reason. And Popeye used to always have to fight for her love. But this Alice the Goon would always get in Popeye's way. Right? Popeye was loved by the wrong woman, Alice the Goon. The only thing Alice the Goon could say throughout the whole cartoon is, I love Popeye. Remember that, Conor? You remember that? They were hey, Alice the Goon, how you feeling? I love Popeye. That's all she would say the whole time.
Yeah. That's Cornerstone with Frank.
Stop. Right. Zach, right. Man, you's a mess, man.
And Popeye would be working on his ship, and olive oil would be sitting on Brutus' muscle. Brutus would be flexing his muscle like this, and olive oil would be sitting on his bicep. And Popeye would see it, eat some spinach, and beat up Brutus. Right?
Just like when you ask Kev, who do the Knicks need to sign? He says, I have a Frank Ntilikina tattoo.
No.
He does have a Frank tattoo. I think he's going to try to get it changed to the World Trade Center.
I'm going to have IQ tattooed on my arm, man. I'm going to have that. No. I'll give you one better, Zach. I'm going to have Luka. I'm going to have Luka tattooed on my arm. There you go. I'm going to have Luka.
Right.
The guy that's going to be an average NBA player at best.
He's not going to be average, man. Y'all keep sleeping on the kid, man.
You watched him play. Not highlights. How many games have you watched?
None.
None. I haven't watched the whole thing. But how can? But here's the thing, Zach. How can you know about a player if you don't? How could you know about a player if you haven't heard about him?
Oh, I've watched him, and since he got signed, I watched him. I'll tell you this: he's done nothing more impressive than FIBA Frank.
Right.
FIBA Frank did better. Had a better high so far this year.
Okay, so let me ask you this: do you think Campazzo's is Campazzo from Denver the same way? Because Campazzo said that he's better than him.
So did Manu Ginobili. Do you believe it?
Zach,
that's him helping a friend out, dude.
This is what I see, Zach. This is the mentality that I'm talking about, where we have players and we have players that nobody believes in, and you don't believe in this guy.
I believe he's going to fulfill his potential, but no, he's not. People are putting too high of a thing on him. Literally, they don't start him over Campazzo. How can he be that much better than Campazzo?
Listen. I am not saying that he's going to start or anything. I'm saying that he'll be a great backup for us.
No, that's literally what I just said. He'd be a good rotational player.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm high on him. That's why I'm high on him.
Kevin said he'll be great. You said when I said
he'll be great for he'll be great for us. He'll be great for us.
I said he's going to be a good rotational player at best. You say
yes. I said
he's going to be great.
I said he'll be great for us, not in the NBA, for us. I think with him, IQ, Obi, and whoever else we have on that second unit, I think they're going to be great. I think he's going to be great for us. I think he will.
I don't want him and IQ on the court at the same time.
You don't want
No, that defense is gonna be trash.
Yeah, Luka doesn't play defense.
Not doesn't play defense. So
all right. So we'll just have to wait and see then, because I disagree. We'll, you know what? If instead of us getting into an argument, let's agree just to disagree. Let's move on.
It's not. It's literally. I've watched him and you haven't. You're saying he's going to be great.
We'll agree to disagree.
Oh,
we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, people said that we were going to win under 20 games, and look, we doubled that. So we'll have to wait and see.
Nothing to do with Luka Vildoza.
We'll have to wait and see. Moving right along.
About my Frank tattoo. Back to my Frank tattoo.
What did Milwaukee show you last night?
That they took advantage of a season that was Brooklyn or LA's to win. And CP3 didn't.
They were a better team than the Suns. They just did what they were supposed to do, because
CP3 does
during
best.
that
2-0 blow the series.
Yeah, during that Clippers Sun series, you could see that the Suns weren't that much better than the Clippers without Kawhi. They really weren't that much better. If Kawhi was playing, they would have easily lost in 5 games to the Clippers. And I don't think anyone can say anything about that, but they definitely didn't look ready. They didn't look like the best in that series, and then they looked good for the first 2 games, but after that they just went downhill, and they let everything get in their head.
Yeah, I just look at it as
I'm happy.
Yeah. Well, looking at it from a Phoenix standpoint, when you're up 2-0, you got to find, and you have to go to the visitors, to the visitors' home or whatever. You have to win one of those games, because if you win one of those games, then the pressure falls on the team that's up that's down 3-1. So if they would have won, if Phoenix would have won, let's say they would have won game 3, then the pressure's on Milwaukee to win 4 straight, which of course, we know that probably wouldn't have happened. If Phoenix wins game 4, then it's up to Milwaukee to win 3 games straight. But it's that, that pressure. Yeah. But because they didn't have to do that, it was easy for them to win these next 4, because
I'm trying to keep my composure, bro. Because I hear you tiptoeing. And I'm trying to keep my composure.
Open your composure. Let's let the beast out.
Devin Booker is a loser.
Oh my Lord.
What about y'all saw it last night with your own eyes.
What about Chris Paul? Is he a loser?
And then, hey, Chris Paul is a loser in a different way.
Yeah.
Chris Paul is a fantastic loser.
Yeah, Devin Booker went outside though. He went outside. CP3 at least did something last game, but it's like the opposite. Devin Booker showed up the other game, and Chris Paul didn't show up.
Right. And Hadouken, did I not on this show say that RJ Barrett was a better 3-point shooter than Devin Booker? Did I not say that?
Yeah, I said the same exact thing, but apparently he wasn't.
Right. And so what I'm getting at is this: when it comes to dudes that are streaky shooters, some streaks are going sky high and some are going straight in the ground. And yesterday, last night,
no offense, but Kevin Booker is not a
Devin Booker.
Come on, Kev.
Yeah, I got my name and I got the letter in my in my mind. Yeah, I got that.
On.
Devin Booker is not a streaky shooter.
From the 3 he is.
The definition of a streaky shooter from 3.
Yeah, he is. From the
he'll
decent amount every game.
Guys, I take that back. You're absolutely right. I take that back. From 3 he is.
Look at Look at the Lakers series. He shot so poor the whole entire season. In the first round, he He made like 1-3 probably the first few games, and then that last game he dropped 40 something, and he made like 7 or 9 threes.
Right.
Yeah, and plus he's young too, so he's got a lot of growing to do, a lot of learning. He'll come.
Yeah.
I think he'll end up being a better player from this.
Do you think Chris Middleton is a better 3-point shooter than Booker?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the difference is too, like the Bucks. Shout out to Coach Budenholzer. Everybody sleeps on him, like and says he's over it. He did really well. They tried to make him more of a perimeter centric team because everybody would throw the wall of Giannis up, and he went back to just letting Giannis dominate, which is why they came back from 2-0. Because they let Giannis do exactly what he needed to do and just dominate the shit out of the Suns.
Right, and you know what else he did too? What else he did? And it was smart.
He let Bobby Portis finally play.
Yeah, and so Chris Middleton, they let Chris Middleton step up and be a leader, right? And so what happens was, and I said this the other day, and I don't know if people think that I'm just like throwing stuff out here just to be talking for 4 hours, but Chris Middleton, when Giannis was trying to get in his ego bag, Chris Middleton was like, "No, take your big 6'11" butt down the court and let Drew Holiday run point. Let Drew Holiday run point."
Yeah. But the thing is, Giannis doesn't like force himself to like. He actually doesn't on his own though. Like he knows to pass it to Middleton at the end of the game. Like you can see, it's not like his ego situation. Like he usually actually just looks for Middleton or Drew because he knows that he shouldn't really be like shooting at the end of the game, like free throws and stuff.
Right, and he has, in my opinion, like one of the smallest egos for a player of his ilk.
No, I'm not talking about grand ego. I'm not talking about grand ego like Bradley Beal. I'm the best player on the team. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when
right.
Yeah, I'm talking about when Giannis wants to impact the game. Like, they can't guard me, bro. You are power forward, bro. When you take the ball out, no matter what, I don't care if you're Randle, Giannis, Zion. If you're a 250-pound, 245-pound power forward,
need to be bringing the ball up.
You don't need to be bringing the ball. Put the ball in Lonzo Ball's hands.
Put the ball in Alfred Payton's hands. Baby.
Put the ball in Alfred Payton's hands. Put the ball in Drew Holiday's hands, right? And a lot, because defenses have the opportunity to get back and set up into a strategized team defense by the time a 250-pound man gets the ball and bring it up court.
All right, I'm gonna put you on the spot. What about Anthony Mason? God rest his soul. What about him?
But he wasn't the most dominant player on the team. That was like Lamar Odom too. Those guys brought the ball up to get it while Kobe, while Pat, while while Drew Holiday did it, while Giannis, they can get in position where they like to be on the court instead of having to worry about initiating the offense.
Right. And plus, Anthony Mason, if Anthony Mason took the ball out after a made shot, Pat Riley would have put Sweet Chin music on Anthony Mason. Y'all remember the Heartbreak Kid? Remember back in the 90s? Are you serious? Are you serious? You gonna let Anthony Mason make a non-fundamental basketball play? In the 90s? Man, Pat Riley would have DDT'd Anthony Mason. And it would have been funny to look at too, by the way. And the thing is, and rest in peace, Anthony Mason, man, all-time Knick great. But back then, non-fundamental, non-traditional plays, no, Pat Riley would have tombstone Anthony Mason if he'd if think about this, Reggie Miller come around the screen, Dale Davis set the screen, Reggie Miller come around the screen, and as soon as he catch it, you know the shot gonna be money, and Reggie Miller make it, and Derek Harper take the inbound pass and pass it to Anthony Mason so he can bring it up. Man, Pat Riley would have. Pat Riley would have been in the upper room.
Yeah, usually Anthony Mason was getting it on the break. We get the defensive
on the rebound. Yeah,
and then run. Because when you have a guy like an athletic freak like Giannis or Julius or Anthony Mason, you want them in open space transition, to get a mismatch with a full head of steam.
Right. Because it don't matter.
So in a way, we can blame Fizdale for all this because remember, Fizdale was the one that was going to use Randle as the point.
No. What would you rather do? Have him initiate the offense or Alfred Payton?
Alfred Payton.
Oh man.
You got you. So the thing is with Fizdale said in his press conference that he was going to use Lance Thomas like Draymond Green. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that, right? Y'all remember that? That's a fact. That's a fact. Y'all remember that? Cozy. It was the same press conference that he said, Moutier, I'm gonna get you right, fella. Remember that?
Yeah. So James Dolan came in and like Men in Black style swiped my memory.
This dude said, Moutier, I'm gonna get you right, kid. Oh my God! Every time
he got him right. He got him right out the league. That's
right. Right. Every time I hear David Fizdale's name, I think about how we was down by one, and everybody in the huddle they like, Coach, what's the play? And this fool wrote to get the word together on the whiteboard. That ain't no play. That's a word.
You guys ever seen remember the S's? I forget what they called them, but in school you used to draw S's on the desk, like the weird looking ones.
Yeah.
There was a meme on Facebook of him drawing up a play and showing the board, and there was just that on it.
You talking about with the sticks?
Yeah. And then I remember when they asked why he was so ISO heavy on offense, and he goes, "Well, Houston does it. Nobody has a problem with Houston."
Oh my God!
Because they win games.
Because they have James Harden.
But I'm just saying they win games.
Oh my God!
You don't.
They were they legit. If ABC wouldn't have showed it, we would never have believed the story, Cornerstone Cab. We would never have believed the story.
Yeah.
We were down by one.
Yeah.
And the huddle. Which Marcus twin was here? Which twin was here? Marcus Morris.
Marcus
Morris. Coach, what's the play? What's the play? What we gonna do? And this dude wrote the word together on the whiteboard. and if ABC wouldn't have got like video coverage of it, you'd have been like, Uncle Freezy, you lying. You'd have been like, you lying. Ain't no way.
That was the funniest stuff.
Did David Fizdale ever get drug tested here?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Oh my! This dude was like, it was like Keystone Cops.
Yeah,
at least with Hornacek and Rambis, you knew Hornacek just wasn't a good fit here. He wasn't a bad coach. He was a bad fit with a bad roster.
He might have been a good fit if they let him run his freaking scheme.
If they would have let him, if Phil Jackson would have let him run his 3-guard scheme, right? That you know what I'm saying? Because remember they had Isaiah Thomas, Goran Dragic, and Brandon Knight in Phoenix, right? Y'all remember that?
Yes.
In Phoenix when they were running the 3-guard system.
Yeah, but did you also remember that Brandon Knight was part of the this Milwaukee Bucks team with him and Middleton?
Right.
Remember that? Yeah.
Right. You're right. You talking about? Nah, he was the throw in the Brandon the
Bledsoe.
Yeah. The Pistons were like, yo, if we do this deal, we're gonna be over the roster limit. And they was like, well, who you got to give us? We don't want nobody. Just give us somebody. And the Pistons were like, we'll give you Chris Middleton.
Mm-hmm. That dude Brandon Jennings deserves a ring for his Bucks and 6 thing years ago.
Yeah. But the thing is, yo, think about it. The Pistons we're over the roster limit. We got to get rid of somebody. Who y'all? We'll just give you Chris Middleton.
David Fizdale would have just said together.
He wrote
extra player. Who you gonna give us together?
Oh my God, bro! That's what I'm saying. There is an abundance of idiots around the league, bro. An abundance of idiots around the league, and it's not just players. It's not just you don't just say that for J.R. Smith.
We had this coach. And people still want to disrespect Tom Thibodeau every chance they get.
Teams don't make adjustments.
Together.
Coach, we down by 1 with 8 seconds left to go on the clock. What's the play? and everybody look at the whiteboard and see that this dude wrote the word together on the whiteboard. Everybody's sucking their. Oh man, this is what you come up with.
They're all like Rob Schneider. Oh no, we suck again.
What do you think RJ Barrett said when he saw that on the whiteboard? He was like,
all right, I'm going to shoot it and miss.
Oh my God. Think about Corner, so think about that. You down by one. You in a dogfight against a team that's better than you. You shouldn't even have been in the game, but the team played their heart out on an ABC game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, Coach, we down by one with 8 seconds up to go. What's the play? And this fool right the word together on the whiteboard. If I was Nolan, I'd have fired him 5 times. I'd have fired him and rehired him just so that I could fire him 5 times, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, bro. Come, man, come on. And you know what? And this is the type of stuff that RJ Barrett and Kevin Knox and Frank Ntilikina had to deal with their entire Knicks career up until last year. Right, and Mitch. And people are like, well, I wonder why the young fellas didn't develop.
If we had a competent coach, we would be getting production out of Knox and Frank, at least as a constant like role player off the bench.
Right.
Again, that was choppy on my end. Say that again.
What'd you say, Hadoop?
I said, say that again.
Oh, was it choppy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad. I said that if we had at least a competent coach, that Knox and Frank would have been at least a constant bench role player.
Well, and also
at the bare minimum.
Like Frank is your type. Like, I'm not saying he's as good as Marcus Smart or these guys, but he's a glue guy. Yeah. Like, he's the type that if he was drafted to the right team, like for example the Celtics or the Warriors or the Spurs when the Spurs were a dynasty.
Yeah.
He would have been a lot better of a player.
Right.
But that's all about fit. Every person that ever steps foot on an NBA floor is great at what they do, or else they wouldn't be at the highest level. It's a lot about scheming and coaching.
Right.
Unless you're a mega talent like a LeBron or a KD or a Jordan or whatever the case.
Right. And so at the bare minimum, Frank would have been a Romeo Langford for the Celtics.
Instead of Kendall Marshall.
Oh my God! Kendall Marshall had to be the slowest player to ever play in the NBA, bro.
Nope. Alfred Payton has a flash tattoo, and it's still.
Oh my God! The irony, bro. The irony. Think about that, man.
So let me ask y'all this: with what we saw last night, do you think we're seeing the last of super teams?
God, no. What?
No.
No offense, Kev. I know that's a question. That's the dumbest thing I've heard today. Literally, the only reason these guys were in the finals because the super teams got injured. Only reason.
Okay.
That's the only reason they were in the finals.
But they still won it. But then why would that be the end of super teams? It's just health. Because they're probably saying, you don't really need a super team in order to do what to win.
Doesn't get it done when everybody's healthy, and then pray for injury.
Right.
I mean, injuries are a part of the game.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm just asking. Zach, I'm just putting the thought in there. That's all.
I think it puts a little look into it.
They are winning the championship, or LeBron James and Anthony Davis are winning the championship. It's that simple.
Right. And I think the super team thing is kind of misleading, because if you get a super team, but you did it with homegrown talent, you wouldn't have the same narrative. Like, say, for instance, if the Brooklyn Nets had drafted James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving, then all three of them being the best players at their position. Yeah. And I know it's luck. I know that would be lucky, but you wouldn't have a super team narrative.
Well, that was my next thing, Freezy. Like, how can we say these aren't super teams either? Drew Holiday's an all-star.
Right.
Literally, he's an all-star. Chris Middleton's an all-star. Giannis is a 2-time MVP. Right. Chris Paul's one of the best point guards to ever live. Devin Booker was being compared to young Kobe Bryant. And DeAndre Ayton was the number 1 pick in the draft, playing like an all-star.
I guess what I'm getting at is you talk about Giannis and you talk about Middleton. Giannis was what pick in the draft was he? He was what?
That doesn't matter.
Well, wait a minute. But you say it doesn't matter, but we still have to look at it. He was what now? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
The 15.
He was 15. Middleton was a 2nd-round draft pick. All right, that was homegrown talent. Did we know that Giannis was going to be what he is now?
No,
when
you
he was
didn't.
drafted?
You don't
No,
know.
don't tell that lie because you couldn't even pronounce his name.
Exactly.
When Giannis was drafted, you couldn't even. Go ahead.
There's a handful of NBA people in NBA history that were surefire things. Everybody else, you don't know what they're going to be when they're drafted. There's a handful of players that you knew. LeBron, even Mike was known he was going to be great. Didn't no one knew he was going to be GOAT status.
Right.
Did we know Kobe was going to be Kobe?
No.
You know
tell that these guys were going to be what they were.
That's what I'm saying. We're always so quick to give away, to let our talent go, that we're not letting them marinate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's different. You can say that's true, Kev. I agree, but that's not saying super teams are over, because you still have to have and even the Detroit Pistons, the 04 Pistons, Ben Wallace, Hall of Famer, Chauncey Billups, Hall of Famer, Prince, Rasheed Wallace.
But they were nowhere near. But they were nowhere near compared to that Laker team, even though they beat that Laker team
in their own right, because they had Hall of Famer after Hall of Famer on the team. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
You can't just have a team with one superstar or one all-star level player win a championship. That doesn't happen.
I guess. All right. Okay.
When's it ever happened?
It happened with Hakeem in '94.
He had Clyde Drexler.
No,
not 94. Not 94. Yeah. That was
95. Not 94.
Yeah, and what did it take to get it? Certain players.
They have to go, dude. Hold on. Remember something? No. You can't shift the goalposts. I'm just stating the fact. In '94,
goalpost. I literally was saying that super teams, it had to be injury or something happened for those guys to win.
They didn't have. But okay, so you want to point out that Michael Jordan left? Okay, but that's just not. You see, here's the thing with all of that argument, and you're belittling Milwaukee and you're belittling Greek Freak's rise to ascension, and that's just not fair, because he still had to play the games. He still had to dominate last night like very few men has ever dominated in a closeout game.
Yeah, I'm not taking it. What I'm saying is, it took all those injuries to get there. He still won the games. Yeah, he still played out of his mind. Absolutely, I give him that. I love Greek Freak. He's a 2-time MVP. He's a great player. All I meant was, it would have been impossible for him to go against those Brooklyn teams with that roster and win.
Yeah, but everything.
Why are we so quick? And this is the argument. I'm sorry, Kev. This is the argument I made with someone yesterday. I, several months ago, predicted that if they ran up against Brooklyn, Milwaukee would beat Brooklyn. And he was talking the same thing. Well, the injuries and blah, blah, blah. That's fine, but
we still lost.
Yeah, they still lost. And we've seen James Harden in big moments. We've seen his coach sit him down in big moments.
Yes, but the thing is, the pressure was taken off of him when he went with KD and Kyrie, as far as he had better talent to play with. He wasn't the number one guy anymore. Kevin Durant, if it wasn't for his big foot, would have beat the Bucks without those two players. Let alone having those two players healthy playing. Let alone they would not have beaten the full health.
But it didn't happen.
I get that, but I'm saying they wouldn't have beat a full strength Brooklyn team. They wouldn't have.
Well, it's neither here or there, because bottom line, they won the championship. That's it.
Yeah, and he looked, and I just want to give him. I just want to give Freak, his flowers, because he played. He did everything last night.
Where he did everything last night. AD, where he gave everything. His supporting cast really didn't come through him as much as they were supposed. That we thought that
he
they
scored half the points.
Right.
He did
exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. AD. He was magnificent last night. Yeah, he didn't want them to lose. He didn't want them to lose at all.
I'm not saying
and that's what a superstar does, Kevin. So when you ask me, am I going stargazing? That's exactly why you go stargazing. Yeah,
but see, here's the problem.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Here we go. You want to trade everything and their mother for Damian Lillard or Bradley Beal, where you have an RJ that could be just as good, and RJ Barrett could be just as good as a Giannis.
As good as Bradley Beal offensively.
But how do you?
Because you watch these guys, he's not as quick as
RJ is only going to his third year.
Yeah,
he's
but
only going into his third year. Was Bradley
this
way and going into his third year?
He had the quick first step. He had the better handle then.
Yeah.
You can't make RJ quicker, faster, bigger, stronger. You can't do that just like that.
Was Giannis the same way? Was Giannis the same way in his third way?
Fast and agile.
Giannis at 6'9". Giannis was 6'9", 190, right? When they drafted 6'9", 180. But Giannis was a freak of nature. That's why they called him the Greek freak.
So if I'm
even though he's Nigerian.
So if I'm understanding this, wait a minute. All right. Yeah. So if I'm understanding this from what everyone's saying, that right now RJ has just met his peak.
No. What I'm saying is he's not going to be. No, Kev, you got to actually listen. So what I'm saying is that for example, let's take Mitchell Robinson as an example. Mitchell Robinson is an athletic freak. He's fast. He's huge. He's ridiculously fast for his size. He's quick. He's all these things. He can add muscle and become stronger while still being quick and fast and still having that speed. RJ Barrett is already strong, but he's slow. He doesn't have a great handle. He can fix the handle, but he can't just blow by anybody. You can't take a guy. Like you can't take.
I've seen him get to the cup.
Yeah, I get that, but using his strength, he doesn't use his quickness because he doesn't have quickness. There's nothing against RJ. I think he's going to be 20, 25.
Giannis, would you say that Giannis has a consistent jump shot?
That has nothing to do with
Listen to me. Listen. What I'm saying is, even though Giannis doesn't have a consistent jump shot, he still is able to he's still able to do other things to make him great.
Because of his athletic.
That's what I'm getting at.
Giannis athletically is like in the rarefied air that's ever walked in this league.
Right.
For example, let's use football as an example because this is always a good example. So like Randy Moss, freak athletically. He could jump. He could run a 4.3 40. He could do all that. You could have added muscle to him if he needed to. But for my Cowboys, Des Bryant was a jump ball expert. He wasn't fast. You can't make him all of a sudden a 4.3 40 guy. You just can't do it.
Right.
That's what RJ is more like that. You can't just make him a speedster all of a sudden. You can't say, okay, he's in year 3. In year 5, he's going to develop to De'Aaron Fox. You can't do that. Bradley Beal's.
I'm not saying that he has to be quick either. But what I am saying is that he can be just as great. He can be just as great as what Giannis has done because he's homegrown.
No.
So Zach, what you're saying is that he's reached his peak now.
No, his peak just isn't what Giannis is. He hasn't reached his peak, but his peak isn't that.
And in year 3 of Giannis, he was still ascending. That's what RJ is doing right now.
But he doesn't have that. You're just not getting it. You just don't
Kev.
understand the game like this. So you cannot make him a Greek freak athletically, a defensive player of the year based off of Giannis did that and is doing this based off of his athletic ability and athletic dominance. RJ will never dominate the league off of athleticism, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. All right.
You can never.
Zion can. Zion Williamson can. But RJ no.
You can teach a jump shot. You can teach handles. You cannot teach a quick first step. You cannot teach that. Like that's what made Melo so dominant. His quick first step, and then his back step.
So again, we're capping him then right now. We're capping him right now. We're capping him.
Oh my God!
I'm just trying to. I'm trying. All right. What are you saying, Chuck? Go ahead, Chuck. What do you say?
You can't. I mean, it's already been said, but all I can say is, RJ will be a better player. Yeah. He just won't be a different player. You know what I mean? Like the player that you were comparing him to, Bradley Beal has something athletically that RJ does not have and will not be able to develop.
And that's no knock on RJ.
And that's not.
He'll still be a great player.
But he's still going to be a great player because he can do something that Bradley Beal can't do, and that's body shooting guards and getting to the lane when he wants to.
Yeah, but exactly. Like
he's not a similar player to them because they're they're mainly scorers. Like a Bradley Beal is just mainly a scorer. RJ has more to that besides his athleticism. So I'm fine with that. I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't want Bradley Beal. I just meant like he'd never be.
No, but the argument is okay.
No, Kev, because you weren't like you thought it was a knock on RJ to say that he's not gonna be the quickest because he's not like you don't have to be the quickest. Like he's like at a above average speed. He's not the quickest guy.
Right. Like Melo and LeBron are two different cats. Melo dominated in what he did, right? But you could never expect him. People always wanted to compare him to LeBron and Wade. You can't do that because those guys are different athletically than Carmelo and Anthony.
Right.
Those guys had a different athletic gift.
Okay.
And then Melo wasn't capped as a rookie. We're not capping. We weren't capping Melo. It's just a different game. Like, just let him be what he's going to be. You can't compare him to these guys that are an unfair comparison as well.
Okay, so taking everything that you just said, are you, and I think I know where you might be going, Zach, with this, with taking everything that you said, are you in the...
Stargazing? Hell no.
Okay, that's what I was getting at. Thank you.
Thank you. No. I want guys that are young and athletic, that are versatile. So when you talk about like building a team, like you said, getting guys, letting them grow, building their potential, you need guys that can play different positions. You need position versatility. You need shooting ability to create their own shot, tremendous athletic ability, and room to grow. Yeah. For example, Lonzo Ball is being able to attack the basket away from being a great player. If he can attack the basket, which that's something that can be taught, he will be a great player. He's already 8 attempts a game at 39% from deep. He's already improving his free throw game by 25%. He's improving his he showed he could average 15, 5, and 5 off the ball and average almost a triple double when he's on the ball as a point guard.
Right.
Like I said about Jonathan Isaac, he's a 6'11" freak. He can guard 1 through 5. He can shoot the 3. He can create his own shot. You didn't see him last year because of injury. He had like 12 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks a game. He can get better. Miles Turner, athletic freak, can defend, can block shots, can shoot the 3. They all have.
Don't get me started on Miles Turner.
Oh, here we go. Tell me why.
No, but I'm there with you with those two gentlemen. Absolutely. Those are the kind of young men those are the kind of ball players that you want. Isaac.
Before you go, by saying I wanted to keep Mitch and bring Miles Turner in to compete for a starting job, and whoever the other guy is comes off the bench.
Right.
I feel we needed a little bit of floor spacing at different times. Didn't get rid of Mitch.
Coach Z, I got to shift gears real quick.
If Mitch just shoots threes, I'd rather have him over Miles Turner if he started shooting threes.
Yeah, no doubt. But I'm saying I don't think he's going to develop that. I could be wrong. But
man, Miles Turner. Man, I can get Miles Turner out of this draft. I ain't trading for no Miles Turner.
I'm fine. If you can get I just meant guys like that.
Right.
No, I agree.
But
what I was getting at is you don't want to trick. I think our young core is RJ, Quickly, and Obi Toppin, and then whoever else we get in this draft here. With Randle. Right? Yes. Randle's part of that.
And then people question
Mitch too.
Mitch too. Last year was a freak injury in the bubble that he tore his ACL. But before that, he played 76 games out of the 82. The last year before that. He can come back. People come back from torn ACLs all the time. With modern medicine, it's not what it used to be.
Right. As a matter of fact, some of these guys come back in better condition.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they work muscles in rehab that they don't normally have time to do during the regular season or off season.
And Jonathan Isaac, keep in mind, he's a freak athletically. He's a freak athletically.
So with everything that we just said, you still got my boy AD who wants to trade everybody for Damian Lillard.
And look, there's an avenue to do that if that's
well, first of all, if AD ain't speaking patois, I don't want to hear it. Secondly,
yes, man.
Exactly, yo. But anyway, what AD is saying, in a sense, from what I'm gathering is not just any star, but a premier, top of the line, star impact guy.
Okay.
Don't trade RJ Barrett for Miles Turner. That's stupid.
That's
right?
stupid.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
What he's talking about is cream of the crop, mega star. He is talking about star chasing. He ain't talking about like regular. He ain't talking about trade RJ Barrett for Malcolm Brogdon. Nah. Okay. No.
I'm not talking about Mbeso flying around in his kite, slightly above the clouds, talking about you went to space. I'm talking about going out and getting a star that you can actually get.
Right.
There's a difference. There's a difference. That's what I'm talking about. And guys like a Dame don't come around often.
Right.
Like, for example, like
that's what I'm talking about.
I'm with AD for like different players. Like I'd trade the whole farm for Luka Doncic.
Yes.
Trade the whole farm for guys like that. I'm not the biggest on Dame, but if you can get Dame here for a reasonable thing, whatever reasonable is, I'm for it because you need talent. We're in a talent acquisition phase.
Yeah.
Yes. And you need the engine. You need the engine to pull the caboose. You need the engine to pull everything. You just do. On nights to go back to your KD with the toe. KD scored 100 points in 2 games. He played what 48 minutes per game. That's what your star does. Your star is tired. He walks to the bench. He can't breathe. He's hyperventilating. He goes back out. He scores. He rebounds. He does whatever the team needs. And everybody.
You don't think Randle or RJ will ever be that?
Right. And so let me just to what AD said, right? Just real quick. So the Virginia Cavaliers, the University of Virginia Cavaliers, had a center named Olden Polynice.
I remember him.
Right.
I remember him.
And some of the young heads might not remember him at the University of Virginia.
He was from Haiti.
Right. His family was Haitian. Yeah. And so shout out to Haiti, 1805, man, the rebellion.
That's 1804.
Bro, you got there a year early, bro. You was there early. You was ready. You had your energy up. But the University of Virginia Cavaliers had a center named Olden Polynice. He was a much hyped New York kid that was following in the footsteps of the previous center that played at the University of Virginia, a dude named Ralph Sampson. And the young heads may not remember him either, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is they were in a rivalry, like a 5-way rivalry with the University of North Carolina, with Duke University, the University of Maryland, and North Carolina State University. These 5 schools would legit live and die with wins and losses against each other, right? So the University of Maryland had a young small forward that people was like, he should be playing center because he like 6'9", 245, right? A young dude named Lenny Bias. They used to call him Lenny Bias back in the day, right?
Rest in peace.
So this kid Lenny Bias, they was showing him different defenses and all this pressure. The game was going so fast, and Lenny Bias had a shot at the basket to win the game, and it was blocked by Olden Polynice, and time ran out on the clock. And as Olden Polynice and Lenny Bias fell to the ground, because they weren't calling fouls back then, the game was physical. As they fell to the ground, Olden Polynice uttered the words. Olden Polynice said, "You not good enough, young fella. Step your game up." To a dude named Lenny Bias, right? This is in Virginia, and this is if you didn't win your conference, you didn't make the tournament, right? This is back in them days. So every game mattered. Len Bias was like, he jumped up. He's like, what'd he say? They had to separate him, right? So the next time they played, University of Virginia had seen Len Bias on this scoring streak. They're like, nah, he ain't putting up 40 on us, right? So they tracked the rest of the team and ran the shot clock down. So by the time Len Bias touched it, it was like 4 seconds on the shot clock. So Len Bias goes into halftime with 4 points. And all the Polynesians look at Lenny Bias and says, what did I tell you, young fella? You ain't good enough. Don't you know Len Bias came out and scored 39 points in the second half? And dunked on them twice. One of them was nose to nose, Cornerstone. How you dunk on somebody nose to nose, bro?
Yeah.
So I said all of that
to say
that you can't just say a player can't be a certain thing if they're not a certain because Len Bias didn't look like Jordan, right? Len Bias didn't look like Jordan. Jordan was the gold standard.
Yep.
Right. And in '83, Len Bias was a freshman. Jordan was the cream of the crop at the University of North Carolina. Right. Len Bias didn't look like Mike Jordan. Right. Yeah. But Len Bias was LeBron James before LeBron James was even born.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. He had a cocaine problem, right?
No, he tried cocaine once and it messed up. I don't know. The story it's different stories. It's different stories that go around. I don't want to say because I don't have facts.
That's nobody's business at this point.
Yeah.
No, not at all. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out how he passed. That was all.
Right.
He died from a substance abuse overdose.
Yeah. And so I didn't want to get into all the backstory because back then a lot of people, and still today, a lot of people deal with stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So but anyway,
half of that draft, William Bedford, a lot of that whole draft, Roy Tarpley, half of that draft was, God rest the dead, and but I want to mention something that I originally stated yesterday. Who is more important, RJ or the cat that we have now running the draft?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Who is more important, RJ or the cat that we have now running the draft? What's his name from Utah?
Parent.
Walt Parent. Who's more important?
Organization is always important. Yeah. Organization is always the most important, no matter what the equation is. No matter what the equation, organization is always the most important.
So if we were to move RJ,
I don't know why that's like a comparison.
No.
You need both of them.
Here's my comparison. No, you need both of them, but here's my comparison. If we're saying, and Freezy's been on this, trust management, trust to this, trust to that, you think they're gonna make a move without Walt Parent saying, look, at 17, 18, or 19, if we're able to hold on to just one of these picks here, 3 of these guys in 2 years could be comparable to what RJ is now.
Right.
Yeah.
And you have to trust him because he's the one that's building your infrastructure.
Yeah, I can see where you're going with that.
You see what I'm saying? So you could let a RJ go and a OB go because OB right now, where's his position?
Backing up, holding Julius Randle's Gatorade.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I'm saying. It's not that I'm hating on him. And I mentioned this yesterday. I never want to seem like I'm hating on our babies, right? On our young talent. But if all your kids ain't gonna stay home, Freezy. You don't want all your kids to stay home, do you?
No.
Out your house.
Hey, listen, bro. I got an empty nest right now, bro. I got an empty nest. And y'all, listen. If you have had kids and you raised them up and they're good people and now they gone, bro. Listen, AD, listen, bro.
I mentioned that. I'm sorry.
The other day. Well, I guess it's July. So back in April, I put a Pepsi Cola in the refrigerator, right? And I went back the next day, and guess what?
It was there.
It was still there. Bro, it was still there. Bro, if you don't know what an empty nest, bro, if you listen, you have no idea.
Put gas in your tank, come back, and it's still there the next day.
Right, parked in the same spot. Right. Yep. Bro, if you have no idea how good your wife looks in an empty nest. Bro, you like, dang, you been working out? No, I've been the same. You know what I'm saying?
Say that.
The other day, Miss Mocha walked by, smelling like one of them fragrances. And I was like, and Cornerstone Cab was about to get in his bag about Frank. And I was like, yo, I gotta go. God bless. Peace. I'll holler. You know what I'm saying?
I'm doing.
I had to get out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Always here.
An empty nest is the greatest thing that God ever invented, in my opinion. And I'm sorry about going off the rails, but listen. When you raise a bunch of kids, and all of a sudden you got an empty nest, bro. Miss Mocha walked by, and I was looking at her. I was like, "Hey, Cornerstone Cap, I know you want to talk about Frank, but I'll let you next week." You know what I'm saying? I gotta go. You know what I'm saying, bro? But anyway, I'm back on the rails.
You know, I hate to keep bringing up football references, but I like football too, so it kind of makes sense. For example, like. With the Colts, when the Colts got Andrew Luck retired and they had a good young quarterback, he wasn't great, but he could have been Jacoby Brissett. He came, he was a solid quarterback, could have grown and been a much better player, but they went and got Phillip Rivers. There's a reason for that. And, it's nothing against Jacoby Brissett. It's just you didn't think he was going to come into one of the best to ever do it.
Right.
Like RJ Barrett, we can't, like right now, and of course he can get better. Of course he can grow. But right now, his cap and like, for what I think he's going to turn into is third option or second option on a championship team at best. So you mean to tell me you can't find a third option or a second option, like Anthony's saying, in the draft or in free agency, or, if that third option gets you a number one that you desperately need, you got to consider it.
Right. But you know what? To Coach Z's point, there is no harm in being the second best option. Ask Chris Middleton how he feel right now.
Right. I was just about to say that. Exactly. Look at Chris Middleton. To me, when I look at RJ, that's what I'm seeing his ceiling is. Chris Middleton.
Okay.
That's what I see, and which is no shade, because as you saw,
that's the ultimate compliment.
Yeah, absolutely, because Chris Middleton has worked his off. Over these last 4 or 5 years, and he's steadily gotten better. Kind of like how Kyle Lowry was in that same position where he just kept working, kept grinding, until when
do you remember the Houston Rockets Kyle Lowry?
Yes.
Do you remember the Memphis Grizzlies Kyle Lowry?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. These cats have to work, bro. They have to work and get better. They have to be developed. Kyle Lowry found himself in a precocious situation, to say the least, by getting traded to Toronto. But he made the best of it, right? He went to the team that could develop, because Houston wasn't developing cats. Memphis wasn't developing cats like that. You know what I'm saying? But Toronto, their whole MO was, we tax people. Toronto taxes people's paycheck more than any other team in the NBA. Cats don't want to come here because you're gonna have to pay taxes in two separate countries, right, at a high rate. So cats don't want to go to Toronto because you only get about 40% of your NBA check, right? So Kyle Lowry's like, oh man, but he get there, and so they develop. They know they can't sign free agents. So whoever they draft, they're gonna do everything they can to make that guy a star, right?
And once they got their star in Kawhi, look how good he looked falling in line as the number 2.
Yep.
Because the pressure was off of him. Because remember, those previous conference finals appearances against LeBron and them, he was looking bad, and people were talking all kind of recklessness about him. I'm like, no, he's just not that. He's just not Kyrie. He's not Curry. He needs that number 2 role. And once Kawhi came there, and everything just fell in line, and he could be more comfortable in being the guy he became.
Honestly, too, if you remember, like, this isn't exactly, he wasn't the number 1 option on this team, but they needed to go out and trade for a star to get over the hump. The bad boy Pistons, when they got Dantley.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Or no, Aguirre.
They got Aguirre. They traded
Dantley first.
I wasn't.
But they got Dantley first.
I wasn't born back then, so forgive me on my name recollection. But Mark Aguirre, who was a stud, and they needed him to get over the top. That wasn't homegrown talent. At some point, you need to trade or sign somebody, whether you build your core or not, to get you over the hump.
Right. Yes.
Normally, like Drew Holiday, Brooke Lopez. Help those guys get over the hump.
I ain't gonna lie. I used to hate to see Adrian Dantley get fouled, and because I know when he went to the free throw line, bro, he's gonna be here for 30 minutes. And what he used to do to that basketball, bro, you should have put on some slow jams.
Caress.
Yeah,
he was great. He was David Fizdale in that ball together. Together,
absolutely. With them high ass socks over his knees,
But they needed a 25-point a game scorer and Mark Aguirre to get them over the hump.
Yep, pump fake king. Adrian Dantley would pump fake for 30 seconds, yo. Pump fake, just
at the free throw line.
He just pump fake,
like the Dwight Howard's pregame warm up, where he.
Yeah, man. But the thing with RJ though, I kind of see a different trajectory for RJ. I think his floor is so high that his ceiling, you really can't say what his ceiling is going to be, because at a base level, RJ Barrett is going to outwork everybody in his rookie class, everybody in his age group. RJ Barrett is going to outwork them, right? That's the one thing you want from a guy that wants to be a superstar, right?
Yes.
He's gonna outwork everybody, and that's not. And this is not just I'm not just saying stuff. This is stuff that y'all have seen come true. And year one, people were saying, well, I don't know, RJ Barrett can't shoot. And he got to the Knicks, and Fizdale and his buddies tinkered with RJ Barrett's shot, and he couldn't shoot. Right? But RJ Barrett worked his tail off the following summer and came back as a good shooter.
Yes.
Right? And so this summer, he's working on his handles, right? So you can best believe when the season starts, while his handles may not be elite, they'll be at least 2 times better than they were his rookie season, right? Because RJ Barrett is a worker, and his top skill, RJ Barrett's top skill is his will and determination.
Yes.
And people say that's not a skill. But it's a talent. Because everybody is not born with that. You know what I'm saying? It's like so it's one of those deals where I don't want to shut the door on what RJ Barrett's ceiling is going to be. Somebody compared him to Jimmy Butler. I think a young RJ Barrett is a harder worker than a young Jimmy Butler. And a young Jimmy Butler was a heck of a worker, right? But what I'm saying is when you look at their numbers, and you know what I'm saying? I think Jimmy Butler came into the league at 23. You know what I'm saying? RJ Barrett came into the league at a very young 19. Like he had just turned 19 when he got to the NBA. I think he turned 19 right before the draft. You know what I'm saying? So
all next season, he's going to be like
he just turned 21 last month. He turned 21 last month.
And he's gonna be like 21 all next season, then 22.
Yep.
He's gonna have like a long career.
Yep. And so what I'm saying about RJ Barrett is he gonna be Bradley Beal? No, because he's not wiggly like Bradley Beal, right? But is Bradley Beal strong like RJ Barrett? No.
Yep.
So to the point that Kev was saying, these two dudes.
And one RJ got on him.
Yeah. It looked like a bug on a windshield.
He smoked them that game.
Right.
He did it on
Right.
Westbrook and NBA smoking them that game.
Yo, hey, it's me says, yo, this is funny. It's me like, yo, I'm waiting on a response.
Together.
Can't y'all see? Can't y'all see? I'm tapping my toe like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Together. There's your response. Together. Together.
No, I think it's.
Yo, how did
That's not what he
man?
said
I don't like going to
Name
personal
your
life, but how did
favorite
Fizdale marry that girl, man? When he how did he ask her to marry you, me, together for life? Like, how did he propose?
He used that line, "You, me, together." Now, Fizdale's a good talker now. You know that's all you need. That's all you need to get your breezy. You know, you just need some good conversation. You know,
if you seen, he needed a lot of money too.
Well, that too. His coaching, you know, and I heard him say something about he's learned a lot, and I'm like, Fizz, I'm gonna help you out, my guy. Go get you a good high school, college gig,
Right.
or stay on TV, because you ain't never, ever getting another NBA job again.
Right.
Just in, Lakers hire David Fizdale as head coach.
No. Not even LeBron could pull that off. No.
Right.
No.
Yo,
And that's no knock on the brother. That not everybody's gonna be good at what you set out to be.
There's been plenty of great assistant coaches in the league and not terrible head coaches, just because they're good at managing egos. That's what Fizdale's good at, managing superstars' egos.
You know, you need somebody to open the gym at 4:00 in the morning. He's there.
Right, on time with coffee. With coffee.
And he's gonna push you, and he's gonna be there whenever you need it. And you need those people in your organization. At no point in time should the star player land and call you, and you be like, "I'm too busy. I'm taking my son to practice." It doesn't work like that.
Right.
You need those guys who sit there and watch hours and hours of videotape and hours. You need those guys. That's what he is.
Right. No doubt. I just think him and Keith Smart were probably the worst thing that ever happened to the Knicks. And my belief is no. I think they should have hired Caleb Canales. I say that all the time. Caleb Canales is the author. Him and Terry Stotts are the authors and creators of Dame Time, right? Where you run a motion offense where you constantly get motion from your 2, 3, and 4. Everybody has to be kind of almost interchangeable, right? You run motion and they get wide open 3-point looks because the defense is focused on the high pick and roll action at about 26 feet from the point guard, right? The only thing about that, though, is the only scoring you're going to get is from the ball handler. You know what I'm saying? Like say if CJ McCollum is handling the ball and Dame Lillard is on the floor, Dame Lillard not going to get looks because CJ is going to get most of the looks because he's coming around the screen and his first look is going to be the 26-foot 3-point shot, right? The second look is a drive to the basket, right? And then if neither one of those are there, then you look to kick out to a 3-point shooter in the corner. And it's similar to what Quickly was running when he was coming off the bench, except Quickly never looked for the lob to Obi or to the corner 3 from Kevin Knox.
Nope.
Never.
Nope.
Never. He never looked
That's
for
something that he's got to work on too.
Right.
So he's got to work on.
Yeah, he's only a rookie. He can learn that.
Yeah. So Quickly always look like if the guy is not on my hip, I'm putting up the floater. That's it. If I come around the screen and the guy is not if the guy is not attached, I'm throwing up the floater. Right? He wasn't thinking that if the guy is not on my hip and the center collapses, I don't have to throw the floater over the top of a 7-foot guy that's jumping. I could throw a bounce pass to Obi Toppin on the box so Obi can dunk. That never crossed his mind, right? Like, why throw a floater up over the top of a jumping 7-footer when you could throw that bounce? You could wrap around that bounce pass to Obi Toppin, who would be wide open because the defense collapsed. And now you go from Obi averaging 5 or 6 points a game to about 11, 12 points a game and quickly having about 4 or 5 assists a game, right? Because at some point, the big is going to stay attached to Obi because the one thing you taught early on in basketball is don't give up layups and dunks. Rule number one, don't turn the ball over. Rule number 2, don't give up layups and dunks at the basket.
Rule number 3, together.
Together. What's the play, coach?
Together, damn it. Run it. Run it.
Right.
Zach, that's funny as hell. Man.
You're right. So the reason why I said Caleb Canales is while Caleb Canales was maybe not ready to be a leader of men, he was the sharpest basketball offensive mind. And people in the organization says he's the nicest coach that they had around the organization in years. And it was refreshing to have a person. Y'all remember David Lee used to play for the Knicks?
Yeah.
They were like, yo, it's refreshing to have such nice people around the organization because most of the time everybody was stressed out. So to have a refreshing personality around is refreshing. You know what I'm saying? But they did, you know what they did? They went with Fizdale in year 2, knowing that he was not an NBA coach. And they fired him early on in the season and then replaced him with a dude named Mike Miller. Right?
Yep.
Instead of replacing Fizdale with Caleb Canales, now we may never get him back. And you know what the complaint has been all season long this year? We don't have an offensive coach. But you had one of the authors of Dame Time in the building, and you replaced him with a G League coach that developed Alonzo Trier and Trey Burke. That's your claim to fame. I made Trey Burke and Alonzo Trier hot. That's like saying, yo, I used to make bell bottoms hot.
Yeah, but who's to say, Freeze, if management would have kept the guy that you're talking about?
Caleb Canales.
Yeah.
Caleb Canales,
who's to say if Leon or if even Tibbs would have wanted him on his staff? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you burnt the bridge when you hired Mike Miller instead of Caleb Canales. You burnt that bridge. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I was like, yo, I got this idea called the Pod Couple. You know what I'm saying? I know G-Man.
But you know what else?
To do it, but I'm a stick Hadouken in there instead of Cornerstone Kev.
But you know what else?
I would have been like, man, I ain't messing with that dude.
Right. But Freeze, you know what else? Also, I said Leon Rose. That's really
Tibbs.
That really is not and Tibbs. That really wasn't a thing. That was a Steve Mills thing because they fired Fizdale first and then put Miller in there. He did that, not Leon Rose. So that was my mistake. So I agree with you totally.
Right. And the thing is when you have exceptional talent in house, whether it's front office, whether it's a player or whether it's a coach, you have to do what you can to keep talent in house. Right?
Yeah.
Because Caleb Canales is probably the one thing we're missing right now, in an imaginatory offensive mind. Do you think we're missing that right now?
I agree.
Or do you like the offense we run? Okay.
I'm sorry.
I definitely agree. Yeah, I think we were asking Kev that, so he was gonna continue. But yeah, I agree. We definitely need someone that's offensively minded.
But then they gave Johnny Bryant the
run
keys.
Offensive plays.
They gave Johnny Bryant the keys to the offense the last 2 weeks of the season, and he's supposed to be offensive mind.
He's also mainly like a guard guy, so that's why I like him on the team because I see him a lot with like RJ and stuff. Like he's more of a guard guy, and then Kenny Payne is more of the big guys, the power forwards,
right?
The Randles and the Knoxes.
But Duke,
so they kind of got their own role,
right? But Duke, do you see it as a talent issue too on the roster? It's why we didn't run a whole lot of good set plays. Like as far as like there wasn't many guys that create their own shot. If things break down, you know what I mean.
100%, yeah.
Like there wasn't many guys that could run the primary point guard.
I think they could have still like somehow gave cause Randle when he was off, they should have ran, I think, still like pick and rolls with RJ and Randle.
Right. Okay.
They just didn't do it. But I think that was, I mean, it was more on Randle in that situation because when he goes into the position of the pick and roll, he doesn't like being the roller, and he usually likes getting the ball back, so it kind of ruins the flow of that play. And I think they could have let RJ handle the ball a little more. That's what I was hoping for last season.
They should have.
Yeah, they should have. They should have let him run the offense a little bit more so he could create his own shot and get that opportunity. And I think he could have done that in the second lineup too. If they like kept him in there for a bit more, let him get into the game and get the other guys some of their touches. But other than that, it was mainly lack of talent.
Yeah, and so I saw a few plays, man. I saw the play in Atlanta, and I keep bringing it up. The one where RJ Barrett got Atlanta iced the pick and roll, and RJ Barrett reversed, pivoted, went back around the other way, and threw a left-handed bounce pass to Derrick Rose, who cut baseline late. RJ Barrett saw it. Yeah. He read the defense. The defense dictated him throwing a bounce pass to a cutting wing from the corner. Well, it was Derrick Rose in that spot. I don't know how he got there, but whatever. Derrick Rose cuts baseline late. RJ Barrett throws a bounce pass through traffic on time to Derrick Rose, and Derrick Rose bobbled it, and then went behind the backboard, tried to jump over people and got fouled. And as soon as they blew the whistle, Derrick Rose went to RJ Barrett and was like, "Bro, I'm sorry. I don't know how. My bad. I didn't think you saw it." But RJ Barrett did see it, right? And Derrick Rose wasn't prepared for the pass. But yo, shout out to Chuck B. Chuck B, you seen this yet? Chuck B, you seen this yet? Chuck B, this is the Blorangetears Debate League championship belt. Chuck B.
I didn't even see Chuck.
That's Chuck's belt.
Yeah, this is
what's good, Chuck.
Yeah, this is for those that win the upcoming season. Right? Right? You want to be the Blorangetears Debate League champ? All you have to do is win. This belt is 3 pounds, genuine leather. This right here that you see is genuine leather. This right here that you see is gold plate, right? And this is going to the Blorangetears Debate League champion, right? Whoever it is.
Are you doing a new belt every season? And that guy keep that belt?
Yes, yes. Every season. Whoever wins it, they get their own belt to keep forever.
Forever.
Together.
You need to put that on there. Together.
Yeah, man. And so we got this going on. The Blorangetears Debate League Championship. This is genuine leather. It's 3 pounds, bro. It's heavy. Right? We got the Freezy Awards coming up. Right? I'm working on the statuettes, the template that I showed y'all. It was a little small. And so we don't want to do joints like this big. We want to do some joints that would probably be about 8 inch or whatever. And so I'm working on that too. So we're gonna do the Blorangetears Debate League. We're gonna get the statuettes done. So that we can start sending statuettes to people that win awards and all that stuff. Yo, it's gonna be fire. This fall is gonna be fire on Blorangetears, yo. And we got shows. Coming up that are gonna be putting out super dope fire content. And so we got just a bunch of stuff coming up. Just wanted to do a commercial right now. I don't know why I wanted to show Chuck B the belt. I guess because I'm proud of it. I guess. But anyway, the point that y'all were making, the point we were making about offensive coaching, Johnny Bryant didn't impress me with the adjustments that he made.
He's also a young,
I don't think
coach in his league.
He made too many, but he didn't get the opportunity.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's also I think it's a lot of the roster construction. I think that's a lot of the problem.
Right.
Because if you look at like when Tibbs was the lead assistant to Doc in Boston, when he had all that talent around him, Doc will tell you that he actually helped implement a lot of offensive things and defensive things. He wasn't just the architect of the defense; he was the architect of that team.
Right.
You know, and I don't know. I just feel like he if you give him a better roster, they'd do better.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. I'm on board with
and
that.
Johnny Bryan was See that?
What was Johnny Bryan?
That, Johnny Bryan was with he was with the Jazz, so he was definitely used to a lot more talent in the players and a whole different different system where they have like their wing, like no, they have all around talent, but they're mainly on 3-point shooting. That's mainly what they do, and they shoot a lot of it. And they have like they're mainly based off the 3-and-D players, and then Mitchell going off.
Like even Duke, if we had like a Joe Ingles as our small forward, how much that would have opened up the offense.
Right.
Just a smart guy, all around guy.
Yeah, I agree.
And Joe Ingles is less athletic than RJ Barrett.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be an elite athlete to get results, right? Because look at the past two MVPs. One is an athletic freak of nature, maybe the most athletic 6'11" guy we've ever seen in the NBA. Right? Maybe. You know what I'm saying? And the other is the complete opposite. A 6'11" big that is not athletic but super skilled. Chop Low! What's good?
Yo, just want to make sure I come in and salute everybody. Hadouken, Uncle Freezy. I see Zach in the building. The chat. God bless everybody, man. Love y'all. Miss y'all, man.
Miss you,
everything is well with everybody. You heard?
Chop, what's good?
Yes, sir.
Maintaining. I told you, wife, you cut my braids. I feel like, but she she said you gotta get rid of all of the bad vibes and start fresh.
No, man, you serious?
Well, I got a mini afro, man. Salute, God bless everybody, man.
Oh man, Chop.
Julius gets rid of the braids, and so does Chop.
Oh,
wait, Julius cut his braids too?
No, I'm just saying. When he used to go fro.
Oh man.
Yeah, I got a mini afro. I got a little mini curly afro, man. But I want to come in and salute the chat.
The Knicks are going to be in the lottery next year.
Dukin, Uncle Freezy, God bless y'all, man.
Word, no doubt, boss. We appreciate that.
The Knicks are going to be in the lottery next year since Chop got rid of his braids.
Since Chop cut his braids. Chop,
damn it.
Oh, golly, Chop.
Damn it, Chop.
Man, golly, Chop, man. But you gotta do what you gotta do, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta get rid of them bad vibes when you in certain situations, and you've been in bad predicaments, positions, and then you gotta make sure you relinquish all of that bad energy, bad vibes. You know?
Right.
And you gotta throw your clothes away too. Oh.
Yeah, man. So,
peace to the chat. Peace. God bless.
All right.
Shout out to you, Chop.
Yo, but so, dude, I've been hearing some strange stuff from the Knicks, or from sources around the Knicks. And bro, I'm here to tell you, strange. I'm here to tell you, if the Knicks are really hot and heavy on this dude Garuba, I swear to God, I'm jumping out a window.
Why?
Yo, no, bro, he's trash. Besides his defense, he's not worth a 19th pick.
Yeah, but I mean,
or a 21 pick.
All the draft picks we've drafted before and missed on, now we're jumping out of a window.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, And then like these reports I'm saying, the Knicks are high on Usman Garuba. Bro, you got Mitch and 2 power forwards on the roster already. What? You need a small forward and a point guard, and you're gonna go draft an undersized center,
a power forward
with no skills. Oh no, they're gonna play him at the 5 because they're gonna play him at the 5.
Do you think that they're doing this to create smoke to maybe get a trade, get other people interested in him? You know, you maybe think they're trying to market the pick.
Nah, because people are projecting him to go higher.
That's what I don't know how. People are thinking they'll fall and they'll trade back. I don't know because it doesn't make sense. So I'm trying to make sense of it.
Hey,
I hope you take him before we go, so we don't have to pick him.
Hey, man,
I have the idea of because once that pick comes up, if I hear Usman Garuba, I'm gonna break something.
Right. I'm gonna break myself.
That's front office malpractice, bro.
Yeah.
Break.
I'm gonna break myself. I'm gonna jump out of a plate glass window like the old cowboy movies.
I'm gonna break
or something, bro. Something, bro. If I hear that name, bro, I'm telling you, I'm jumping out of. And the other name that I'm hearing, and is frustrating me, is Jared Butler, right? And no offense against Jared Butler, right? But if I need a career backup, why don't I just get one out of free agency? If I want a career backup, I could just get Cameron Payne. Right? Trey Man.
Butler, right?
Yep.
I'm not picking him. And like, I know he was cleared with his heart condition stuff, but it's like, it's nothing to play around with still. Like, I'm not picking him 19 or 21. 32, I would pick him, but I feel like it's still too risky.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's definitely a concern. I mean, the heart condition like made LaMarcus Aldridge retire.
Right.
Yeah. When he had at the time he thought it was a guaranteed shot at a championship.
Right. Yo, so Chuck B said, "I am the champ."
But that's why I said it was Chuck's belt.
So hey Chuck B, I put the rules out on the community tab.
He said basically, I am the champ.
Yeah. So I'm putting the new format out on the community tab. So when we get started, it won't be any debating who won or who lost and all of that stuff.
Wait, you have to join it.
You say you're letting the chat decide the winner again?
No,
he's not doing a poll.
I'm gonna do a poll on the community tab.
Oh, okay.
And then we're gonna give people 24 hours to vote, right? And I know you don't get in that way. I know you don't get instant satisfaction, but at the same time, I can edit the clip and post it on the community tab, so you can watch it as many times as you want before you cast your vote.
Well, it makes it more fair because I remember watching some debates between two dudes where you'd see like 1 million people come in at the last minute, but some of them get cut off because of that time frame.
Right. No doubt. We want to make it fair. You know what I'm saying? And on the community tab, hey Cully, what's good? Hey Cully, what's good?
What's good, Cully?
Salute, brothers.
How you doing today, man?
I'm straight, man. I'm just getting up. I was listening to y'all.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Greenhouse, what's good? Yeah, man. We was just talking about the Blorange Tears Debate League and this championship belt that I want to give away. I want to give this away to somebody, bro. I want to put this in a box and send it to somebody. Right? I want to send this to the Blorange Tears Debate League champion. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
This thing is beautiful, bro. This thing is beautiful. It's James, man. Listen, I ain't ready to talk about what it is no more, but I'm gonna send it to somebody. Right? Whoever the Blorange Tears Debate League champion is, I'm gonna send it to them. And then we're gonna go after that, we're gonna crank up season 2, and I'm gonna get another one in a different color.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yo, Freezy, I don't know if you saw, but I mean, I know our trade man worked out with the Knicks yesterday, but he also he posted the Knicks jersey on his story too. And I saw Scotty Barnes post a Raptors one on his.
So now you're tugging on Freezy's heartstrings, talking about trade.
Yeah,
Trey, man.
Yeah, Scotty Barnes. If he goes to the Raptors, that's interesting.
I see Uba ready for front office.
if I see Garuba post Knicks jersey on his storyline, bro, I swear.
I'm blocking him.
I'm looking for a window right now. I'm looking for a window right now.
He doesn't know who I am. I'm blocking him.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, I really don't want him, bro. Philly does though.
Get ready for that front office malpractice, man.
Nah, you're fine with him though.
Nah, I like him. Don't get me wrong, I like him because I'm thinking of what he can do opposed to
The
what he
defense,
can't.
yeah. But I don't think we really need defense like that, like pure defense.
I think so.
I would just get, man, why not just go sign Bismack Biyombo?
Wow, that same player?
It's the same play. You ain't getting that, bro.
He's way better.
At what?
At
Read what
moving laterally.
Primo put in the chat.
Breezy, Jared Butler Jr. is a player.
No, not a surprise. But I just read Nerlens Noel talking about where his next fit is and kind of cracking on the fact that we had no real point guard.
Are you serious?
I'm glad he said that too.
Already talking
Primo,
trash.
where did you see that?
Helped him get a bag.
I'm glad he said that. So this team could make a direction for a point guard.
Bro,
I mean, I haven't thought about being on this team for since the since it ended the playoff series. So
we know he was gone. Nerlens Noel. We gonna be upset about Nerlens Noel talking trash and leaving?
No, this was something to talk about.
I'm fine with him talking trash. He was talking about EP.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's what I'm saying. I'm glad he said that.
Yeah, and you know what? And the thing about Nerlens Noel is people wouldn't pass him the ball because that clown can't catch.
They thought Kwame Brown had bad hands. Look at Nerlens Noel.
Right. At least, but Kwame Brown could take a guy his size off the dribble and dunk on him.
Yeah.
Right. It's one of the Kwame Brown could shoot the three.
Yeah,
right?
Kwame Brown got better over time.
It was
just that. Like they were working him out 4 hours before a game and expected him to give max effort.
Right.
4 straight hours.
Shout out Chop. Salute Chop. Andre Bryant. Facts. Andre Bryant. Wait, what?
Oh yeah, Andre Bryant is saying that Uzman has the feet to defend Giannis.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Giannis just won. He just won. We would need. What if we met them in the playoffs? Who's defending Giannis?
I don't think he's gonna be able to guard them. To be honest.
Wait a minute.
Nah, he probably would.
People in this league that can guard Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Right.
Nah, but you want somebody that at least pisses him off. At least could.
That's why I want Jonathan Isaac. Isaac could get him.
I'm with Coach Z. I'm with Coach Z on that. Jonathan Isaac
6'11" is a beast.
And his offense is improving.
Yeah. He's one of those guys where he's that good defensively and as a rebounder and all that stuff that whatever he gives you is a bonus. And if you're getting 13 points a game, 12 points a game from him, man.
And he knows his role.
Yeah, and he could become a 15 to 18 point a game scorer. You know, he could create off the dribble. He can, he's getting better. About? Jonathan Isaac.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be.
My son.
I wouldn't even be worried about his scoring, to be honest, either. Like, I don't expect my scoring. I don't really care.
Jonathan Isaac normally would cost you an RJ, but since he's coming off that injury and they probably want draft capital, they're rebuilding.
His potential would cost you an RJ, but he had that injury.
That's
Man,
what I'm saying.
I ain't giving him no.
That's what I'm saying. As far as you could get him for draft picks because he's coming off that injury. If he was healthy, took the next step this year, 15 to 18 points a game, then yeah, you'd have to give him RJ. But he didn't take that next step because he wasn't on the floor.
I wouldn't though. I would only trade for players like that to pair with them.
That's what I'm. That's
the
what I'm saying.
Chat trolling now.
I know, but I'm just saying in general.
Nerlens could defend Giannis.
Yeah, they trolling now.
They
say somebody said put Peyton on Giannis. That's funny. Yeah. I don't want Peyton back on this team.
Yeah.
Peyton.
We're all on the same page on that one.
Nah, man, I want
NBA team gonna pick him up.
Max Alfred Payton. Freezy want a Max Alfred Payton and Norvell Pell.
Yes. The bag.
together.
Yeah, man, give him the bag, yo. Max out 2 players. But I think Elf is coming back.
Is
I
he?
think it's the third option, third point guard.
If he comes back, I'm really gonna look at Leon Rose a certain way.
You're really gonna jump
If
out
he
of the window.
comes back, it's gonna be your fault.
Yeah, hey, running back, bro. That's
Damn,
what Hoodie
he
Cam
was the
said.
starting
Yeah,
point guard
lose
on
to the Hawks
48ers.
again.
The same way. Running back, lose to the Hawks the same way.
I'd take that guy as the
I
third
will
string
cry.
point
I
guard
will
that never
flip.
plays.
Bro, I'm here to tell you, I hope the Knicks use all 4 of their draft picks in this draft.
Me too.
The likelihood is they won't. I think they should, because the second round talents is so cheap for the upside that you'll be getting that it's lunacy not to take a pick or not to take a chance on Luka Garza at 58. Right?
Shop is funny.
It's crazy not to take a chance on Josh Christopher at 32.
Put the 6'4" Tree Rollins.
Yeah.
Yo, that is funny.
Oh man.
Yeah, but yeah, and then so you could go Trey Murphy, Trey Mann, Josh Christopher, Luka Garza, right? And then have them. You don't even have to put them into the rotation. Go sign on your vet. Go crazy with your free agency money.
Yeah, then you go balance out, get your vets.
Give me Isaiah Livers at the 58th pick.
Whoever. Whoever.
What do you mean, who? He was the best player on Michigan.
Isaiah Livers?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go look him up. My fault. Let me just do my due diligence.
He dealt with some injuries here and there, but he was the best player on Michigan when they had a couple runs.
He was definitely because he dealt with injuries because his shot was broken in clutch games.
Oh.
To be honest with you, I don't think we're gonna make a big move.
That's why he's the 58th pick. You're not gonna.
I don't think we used the 58th pick.
I wish we could draft all 4. If I'm Leon, man, Tibbs works for me. I don't work for him. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You remember last year? We had the 33 pick, and they didn't want to pick anyone, so they just traded that pick for nothing. I mean, for a second rounder in 2023.
All right, Chop. Chop is funny. Say it again, Duke. I'm sorry.
I said that last year we had the 33 pick, and we just traded the pick for second rounder in 2023.
Oh, yeah, I was mad. We had Daniel Atoro, right?
Atoro, yeah.
He's actually all right, big man too.
So I don't know. I don't think we're keeping all 4.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that because I don't care too much about the 58.
Me neither.
Yeah, it's not really that serious to me.
I'm okay with 3 guys.
Yeah, I think 3 is the max.
Yeah, but if you trade 58, what are you getting for it?
You could package it with Knox and get something.
I have no idea.
What are you gonna get for
Knox? Man, why y'all hate Knox so bad, bro?
What are you gonna get out of Knox in the 58th?
He's a bum.
You gonna get David Fizdale to play point guard with that trade?
Probably can get a. I don't know.
I mean, I hope you can get something for it, but damn.
Right.
With Knox in 58th, I'll do something. I'll give it to a team that looking for picks.
Let's give that offer to Portland for Dame.
Why not? Why not?
Bang the phone up on us so fast.
But you know what? And so Hadouken said something. So Duke said something that I found to be kind of smart after I thought about it after the fact. He mentioned Josh Christopher, right? And Josh Christopher does not have good court vision, right? And I'm talking about in terms of playmaking, like passing or shooting. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes his athletic ability overcomes a mistake, error in judgment. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all remember how John Elway used to see a linebacker cutting under a wide receiver, but instead of him looking up the linebacker, he would just throw it harder. He just felt like he could throw the football faster than the linebacker could run to get there.
Who's that?
John Elway. Yeah. Thank you, man. I think under Tibbs, a bench backcourt of Josh Christopher
and Trey Murphy.
No, Josh Christopher and
Josh Christopher.
Emmanuel Quickly would be dynamic in the fact that
the second lineup.
Yeah.
Like with Trey Murphy on his side.
Well, and then if you draft that Aruba guy, I mean, geez, Garuba. Just think of the possibilities.
Now, what I'm getting at is if with the defense focusing on Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickly, Josh Christopher gets a lot of one-on-one opportunities where he could showcase his athleticism.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then so if your defense focuses on baseline cutters, if your big man is going to stay underneath the rim and bump cutters, that opens up the lob for Obi Toppin. If Emmanuel Quickly sees Obi, right? But I think in film sessions this year, I think Emmanuel Quickly will be better at recognizing the floater, the lob, or the corner three out of once he gets the man off his hip in the pick and roll, right? And so if you instead of adding a Garuba to that lineup and then having him clog up the paint offensively.
Yeah, Isaiah Jackson.
Oh, you talking about Garuba, huh?
No. I'm talking about Josh Christopher. But what I'm saying is take Josh Christopher, because if you take a Garuba, you clog up the paint with Obi. Now you have the same thing you had with Julius Randle and Mitch. Paint clogged
on
up.
On offense, he's like Obi, but he can't shoot at all.
At all.
And he can't create anything for himself.
Or pass out to others.
Yeah.
but if you add Josh Christopher, imagine Quickly coming around the Obi Toppin screen, right? Obi running to the box on one side, Quickly heading to the box on the other side, creating space for each other, right? One man in between, he has to commit. He can't stay in the middle. Because if he stays in the middle, Quickly wins. If he drops back on Obi, Quickly wins. If he comes to Quickly, Obi wins through a bounce pass or a lob, right? And if they double team like what the Knicks do, like how y'all used to say RJ Barrett is always out of place, RJ Barrett wasn't out of place. The name of the defense is tag the big.
Help.
Right. So if the weak side help come, like what RJ Barrett used to do, then the corner three is there for a Josh Christopher or a Kevin Knox. Right? So now just by merely adding a Josh Christopher, who's a dynamic athlete and potentially a 15, 16 point per game scorer, you open up space for Quickly, Obi, and Knox just by adding a guy with dynamic ability that you didn't have in, say, a Reggie Bullock or Alec Burks. And I know that sounds like a bunch of moving parts, and it may not make sense in some people's mind, but just think about this: floor spacing.
Yeah.
And when's the last time the Knicks had a super athletic guard, a super athletic shooting guard? When's the last time that happened?
J.R. Smith and Shump.
Yeah. That was what, 10 years ago?
Almost 8 years, yeah, about 10 years ago. Yep. And traded them for a bag of cookies.
And they weren't even good cookies. They weren't even cream cookies.
Yeah, it was oatmeal cookies. No, I'm playing. I actually like oatmeal cookies. I think it's something worse. I always hate Phil for that, y'all. I swear. But yeah. Yeah, man. So if you add a Josh Christopher there or a BJ Boston, I prefer Josh Christopher based on what Duke was saying and the interview I saw Josh Christopher do with ESPN's Mike Schmitz. I gotta watch that too.
But at the same time, I like, and Duke will say this, and I'm on record saying I prefer BJ Boston over Josh Christopher, but at that pick, Josh Christopher has more value, right? And
I'm not BJ Boston over that.
Yeah. Now the guy from CBS Sportsline,
he's picking him at 9.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
crazy, right?
If it was the year before, now it would be crazy because he was like top 5. But now that's crazy to say.
Right. I think the potential for him to be good is there, but I don't think this Knicks coaching staff will have the patience to develop him long term because they made the playoffs this past season. And once you get a taste of the playoffs, you don't ever want to go back to not making the playoffs. Long Island Sound was good.
I definitely think that too. I don't know. We need to. I don't know if our draft is going to be random. I hope it has just at least one player that I want in general out of the wings. So that's why I just want a good wing. But I don't know. I don't know. I have had a feeling that we're gonna draft someone that I want. That's someone that's gonna be good. At least one of the rookies is gonna be good. I think, in my opinion, straight out the bat.
I think if the Knicks walk away with Trey Murphy or Trey Murphy and Trey Mann or Isaiah Jackson and Trey Mann, I think I'd be okay. And then with that third pick with Josh Christopher, I'd be giddy. Not Josh giddy, but happy.
He's not going to be there, though.
No, I'm talking about if you take 32 and 58 and trade up.
Oh, you said trade up? I thought you... I don't think... I really don't think that Josh Christopher goes 32.
And I'm going to say this, and I know this is going to be controversial, and y'all going to hate me, but I would trade Obi for 23 and 24. And listen... and would not feel bad about it.
But you won't. Do you want to trade him for Sexton too?
I would trade him for Sexton too.
Yeah, if I trade him for if I trade,
it's doing good for him too. It's not just doing good for us.
Bro, you know how I feel about other teams, man. Once Obi put on another uniform, he Obadiah to me. You know what I'm saying? Once Obi put on another uniform, there is no once a Knick, always a Knick. I never believed in that.
Did you?
I believe either you're with us or you're against us. Period.
I saw an article on Facebook through one of the Knicks things that was, I think it was New York Post. It might have been that or Bleacher Report. But it said that Obi was, people inside Obi's camp are saying that he says he wouldn't mind being traded.
Wow.
Because of I'll have to try to find the link and send it to you guys later. But it was about because he's not going to get minutes. He doesn't see where his minutes are going to come from.
Right. Right.
I mean, I agree. I mean, if I'm him, I kind of feel the same way in a sense.
Right.
Oh wait. Oh, I see the thing from Nerlens Noel on Hoop Hype. It says, "How do you weigh your time in New York when deciding your future with several other teams trying to sign you?" He said, "I'll weigh simply off how I can further my career and be best utilizing the system both offensively and defensively and help that team get to the next step."
Oh, so now Nerlens want to be an offensive.
Yeah, collectively reaching the playoffs. My individual goal, which is more team-oriented, is going deeper into the playoffs. Haven't been in the second round yet and want to crack through, whether it's a team that has and never has been in the playoffs. Think about finding the right fit. And then he said guard play that can help a big man excel. Small things like
he
that.
wants to be an offensive centerpiece now.
Yeah, there is no way. If he wasn't injured pre-injury, he would be really good, but that injury hurt him. Yeah.
Can you see if you can look up that OB article? Just, I don't know, search something about like.
Oh no,
OB
I saw it on Hoops Hype. That's why it shows like recent Knicks news. But I'll search up that right now.
Randle, okay, I just came back to.
Right.
Oh, did you hear what I said? I was reading the thing of Nerlens Noel saying he wants to be with a team where he could be offensively and defensively put in the system.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me.
And with a guard that could play.
Bro.
You need a point guard.
Oh, never. I take it back. Mark Berman was apparently the source to what I just said. So,
bro,
I didn't read who the source was.
Bro, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, man. Just real quick. When I saw, and me and CP the artist was sitting together, right? Derrick Rose ran the pick and roll with Nerlens Noel and never looked his way. He came around the screen and shot the ball every time. And people want Derrick Rose back so bad they can't stand it. And I'm here to tell you that if Derrick Rose don't come back, bye. We need somebody that can pass the ball to a big man.
Right? And don't forget, Freezy. Don't forget, I cut you off before you finish again. You need somebody that can tell Julius, yo, you go here. That's what you also need.
Right.
We don't need nobody that just brings up passes to him and lets him initiate. We need somebody that points him out. Yo, come in and set the screen.
That's why I think they're going to get Colin Sexton.
Okay, well, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with him calling Julius out. Somebody need to call Julius out. Julius can't be no first option. He already showed that, and let's move on from there.
I think I disagree some. I think Julius can be the number one option.
Yeah, in the season.
But now I'm saying I think he can be the number one option. I just don't think he can be the point forward and the number one option.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Right. I think Julius Randle can be the number one option in the half court or in transition off long or in transition off long rebounds.
Right.
But getting the ball after a made shot is ridiculous.
And also, like, you can't, like, he had struggled becoming a number one option in the regular season like 2 years ago, and then this year he excelled at it. This is his first time in the playoffs, so you never know. He could get, you know what I mean? He could learn from it and get better.
Nah, he can learn from it. You know what, though? I just realized we could use him in a Giannis type role.
Yeah.
Well, because, like, look how Giannis, like he had his closers with him. He had his point guard, of course, in Drew, and then he had his closer in Middleton. I mean, we don't have that. We don't have that yet, but if let's say we used to get real hard next season, that would be a way you could use Julius. Plus, Julius is a better shooter than Giannis, so.
You say Chris Paul is a closer? Man, that man chokes everything.
No, Chris Middleton.
Oh. I thought you said it was Chris Paul.
He was quick.
Yeah,
he was
I
quick.
couldn't find the OB article, by the way. It's not there for some reason.
Well, that's probably because it was taken down, because apparently the movies and stuff shout out. He said it was Mark Berman was the source. So.
Let me see his Twitter. I haven't looked at Mark Berman tweets for like months. I think
I've never looked at Mark. I don't even pay attention.
I'm gonna stop looking because of y'all, man. I'm glad y'all like me on that.
Follow. Okay.
I don't listen to Woj.
Woj
and Shams. Yeah.
Woj and Shams.
And back too.
Freezy show. If it wasn't for me meeting Knicks content creators on YouTube, I would still believe anybody.
Right. Because they do Knicks for clicks. They'll be like, yo, what can I say that's gonna get me the most clicks? And then they print something random.
They start linking Knicks to players. Like they'll do the Lillard thing every day.
Right.
Oh, the Knicks are not gonna do it. Oh, they're pathetic.
Kevin Durant's dad wanted him to be a Knick.
Right.
And you ain't never even heard about Kevin Durant's dad until somebody somewhere said Kevin Durant dad wanted him to go to the Knicks.
And then guess what? My fault. Let's cut you off, Freeze. And guess what? The same media. If let's say we did make a move for Lillard, right? And we lost all those. That same media will drag us. Oh, the Knicks can't even get it done. They should have never did it. But they was the same guys that said we should have traded for Lillard.
Right.
They'll leave us out to dry. Oh, they can't get it done. I knew the Knicks shouldn't have made that trade. I would have never made that trade. But 2-3 years ago, they said we should have.
Right.
And why media leave us out to dry, yo? Shady, right. Man.
Yeah, they shady, bro. That's just how they roll, man. I mean, it's the craziest thing you ever seen in your life. It's Knicks for clicks. That's basically what it is. Whatever it is to stir the pot of Knicks fans, they'll say it. Right? And then people get mad at Dolan for not co-signing that mess. People like, but James Dolan didn't invite them to the press conference. Bro, if somebody was gossiping about you, would you invite them to your house party? No. I mean, what sense does that make? What sense does that make, man? People are like, well, Dolan got his own plants. Dolan got his own guys controlling the narrative. Who with common sense wouldn't do that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Coach Z says stuff about his show, right? and he's controlling the stuff about his show and his channel, and he should, because left to people that don't like Coach Z don't want people that don't like him saying stuff about his show, because it ain't always gonna be positive. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to go with people that you trust. You know what I'm saying? You like the beef between RJ Barrett and Mark Berman, right? Mark Berman asked RJ a stupid question, and RJ was like, "Man, I ain't answering that." And people were like, "Oh, it's a beef." RJ was like, "Yo, this is ridiculous. Why are you gonna ask me something crazy like that?" You know what I'm saying? Why are you trying to stir up beef? But why are you trying to get me to say I'm the number one guy and Julius Randle is an all-star? Am I frustrated in my role? No, we winning. Last year we were losing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Let me ask y'all a question. Are y'all excited going forward about the Knicks? We have six guys on the team, right, under contract?
I'm always excited.
No, there's 8 people under contract.
8 people under contract. Are y'all excited?
Now we got
going
6
forward?
on contract. 2 are not guaranteed though, so they're not technically signed.
Are y'all excited going forward? I think something could happen as far as a move.
Who's the people that's not? Every time I go to Spot Track, it showed me 8 people.
Vildoza and Norvell are not guaranteed, so they're not technically signed.
Norvell Pell. How could you forget?
Yeah, how could you forget?
Nah, man, because when I saw it, it said it looked like his contract was. Oh, you said partially guaranteed, right?
RJ is trash. He should not be automatically the starter for next season at all.
What was that?
Long Island someone said RJ is trash. He should not be automatically the starter for next season at all. Obi can take the starting spot if not. Favorite season for RJ the Bum Bear.
So Obi Top is going to start shooting guard?
Apparently.
See, these are the type of people that hate me because I'll call them out for it. The stupid shit like that.
He's being serious too. He's not trolling. He's being serious.
That's what I'm saying. Obi's a shooting guard. That's what I'm saying. Is he?
Yeah, he's saying RJ's such a bum that a guy who averaged 4 points a game at the power forward spot is gonna play shooting guard over him.
No, that's wild.
I would just ignore it for now. So be it.
No, that's funny.
Oh wow.
Man, Chop got to play the food.
Chop, Hulu does not just have live sports. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
What about anybody like JaMychal Green?
Yeah, I like.
What happened?
He's a free agent.
Who? I like JaMychal Green. Yeah, he's a good shooter too.
But my question is, if you sign him, what are you gonna do with Randle and Obi?
You put JaMychal with the 3.
He's a hybrid.
Yeah, you can play him at the 3. He played. I'm pretty sure he was.
I wouldn't.
He's on the Nuggets right now, right?
But he can play some spot minutes at 3.
He's on the Nuggets.
JaMychal Green at the 3.
I'm saying he can play some spot minutes there. I wouldn't sign him to play the 3.
Yeah, I wouldn't sign him, but he's interesting.
I just say that because he's 6'8", 6'9", size, man. We need size.
Yo, he wouldn't be able to play small forward. He would probably. Yeah, he would have to be 4.
Yeah, but I mean that means we'd probably be getting rid of Obi then. So never mind.
Yeah,
if we
like
do
Great
involve
Castillo.
Obi in a trade, I'm down with picking up a JaMychal Green.
Obi might really be traded this season.
Green is a 5. JaMychal Green will be a 5 in the playoffs if we copy off of what the Clippers did. And
he's more of a small ball 5, classic power forward. But I would prefer to put Obi at the 3 at least. I don't even like Obi. I don't even like Obi at the 3 either. Yeah. I would rather just get a traditional small forward from.
Me too. So can we agree that we need to upgrade the starting 3?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Reggie Bullock's a good second unit guy.
He's a good second unit guy. We need to be multi-dimensional.
If we pick him up, I don't care. I like his energy.
Yeah, Reggie
likes him. I like Reggie's energy and how he talks on Twitter.
He's a perfect backup small forward for this team.
Good. Yeah. Okay, we on the same page then.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's just not a starter. That's it.
Yeah,
not no starter. Yeah.
My only beef with him.
I want Jonathan Isaac bad, and then keep Reggie Bullock in case Jonathan Isaac gets hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm okay
I'm
with
just
that.
not. They're probably willing to trade anyone right now. To be honest. Like,
So the
they
Magic
probably
definitely
got
getting
us.
rid of Isaac because of the draft, right?
So Bronx Sports Jedi, one of the guys that comes on my channel a lot, and I come on his. He knows people in the
Pause.
Oh my
yeah,
god!
pause.
Christ!
Oh my god!
Yeah, that went over my head.
Jesus
big
Christ!
Oh,
Anyway, you know,
I just want to crawl into a bottle of hand sanitizer.
Anyway, he has an inside source of the Orlando Magic. He knows people in the organization, and they're making Jonathan Isaac available for trade.
Wow.
So
yeah, I think everyone.
The Timberwolves have already called about it. Called about him. So
Timberwolves ain't gonna do nothing with him. Knicks need to.
Hold on. Newsflash: Man will not be broadcast today due to a family emergency.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh man, really?
I just seen that in the chat. So
yo, if I can get some sleep, man, I might try to come jump back on, man, so people can have something to do. But I gotta check on Ryan first, man. Make sure he all right.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah, man. That's our guy, man. Shout out to Ryan, man. Subscribe to his channel. Hey, subscribe to Coach Zenum channel too, man. I keep forgetting to say all that stuff. Catch me thinking I'd be mad disrespectful. Why you don't say subscribe to the channel? Hey, man, I'm sorry, bro.
I don't care nothing about that.
Nah, they get me. But yo, the DMs.
I'm not the one to really go out of my way to market the channel. It'll grow if it grows.
Yeah, they be killing me. Uncle Freezy, who is Kiwi? That's the new DM. That's the new DM and text message I get. Who is Kiwi? I'm like, I don't know who Kiwi is. Kiwi, I'm like, what? Who is Kiwi? Yeah, who is Kiwi?
Yeah, that was wild.
They killing me, bro. They killing me in the DMs, bro. Who is Kiwi? And the other thing too is yo, why G-Man for life gotta get everything he want? And yo, like, what? For one, first of all, why didn't you send that in a super chat instead of DMing me? You know what I'm saying? I gotta bring this up on the show now. Come on, man, what's happening? They talk about what happens is they say I don't listen to Duke when we do the mock drafts. I only listen to G-Man. And that's crazy.
Is it because G-Man wants Trey Man too?
No,
he wants Trey Cooper.
No, it's because I don't want. I just can't see taking Josh Christopher at 19. I just can't see that.
I can't see it either.
I can see taking Josh Christopher in the 20s. I just can't see taking him at 19.
He's likely gonna fall at 32 anyway. He's gonna fall at 32.
Right, but
Josh Christopher.
But Hadouken disagrees, bro.
I'm not taking him with 19. I'll take him with 21.
Exactly. Why?
I mean, you kind of agree with me the other day too.
I like Josh Christopher. I like Josh Christopher, bro.
That's just personal preference to me, but I would trade up in the late 20s to try to get him because Memphis. He's the only person in Memphis's range that they worked out. And
what if Memphis take him at 17?
That's what I'm okay. And then the Hawks could take him at 20 because they practice him too. One of the few. The Nuggets practice him.
He'd be a good fit on the Hawks too, and the Grizzlies.
Right.
Yeah, like I don't want him to draw, bro. I don't think he's gonna draw.
I mean, I would hope that we have a backup plan ready. Like we would write notes, like, oh, okay, if this guy's gone, we should get this guy. Like I would hope they did that, but.
But they get paid millions of dollars to make those decisions. They have backup plans.
The three names I need to see, as long as I see, and I think y'all should be on board with this too. As long as I hear Corey Kispert's name, Usman Garuba's name, and Josh Giddey's name, I'm confident that we can get Josh Christopher.
What's wrong with Josh Giddey?
No. I hope they say those names like early. I hope I hear those names, but not for
if they say those names early, thank you.
What's wrong with
and Franz Wagner too? I'm sorry.
Bro,
what's wrong with Franz Wagner?
I like him, but I don't want him on the Knicks. I'm sorry, man. We can do
Bro.
better. We can just do better.
Respect players, man.
Franz Wagner is nice, but we can do better. We can just.
I just wrong with Josh Giddey.
Too slow. Too slow for the Knicks. We need some speed on him. We need speed and athleticism, man.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I was just asking.
He'd be good for next year's pick or something. Go ahead,
I like Chris Duarte.
As long as
I'm good on him too. He's 25. I'm good.
Yeah, he's 26, bro.
Oh, is he doing the Kyle Lowry thing?
Yeah, he'll be 29 when the season starts.
He's a 38-year-old rookie.
Yes.
If he had a lackluster workout, you 24 with a lackluster workout. Now I'm good, man.
He's 46.
He had an attitude with the Knicks, I think, but it was one of the workouts. One of the workouts he had an attitude with. I think it was the.
You know who else had a really good workout? People had a really bad workout. Knox had a really good workout against Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm not talking about a bad. I'm not talking about a good skill-based workout. I'm talking about attitude-wise. They say he.
It seems like we just drafted Knox. It seems like they just scouted Knox that day.
Seems like they got drunk. David Fizdale said, "Let's draft Knox together."
Man, it seemed like they did get drunk. I feel like Fizdale was drunk during the season too. To be honest with you, I feel like he was drunk during coaching.
Yeah, Chris Duarte makes Obi Toppin look like a baby.
Oh wow!
Chris Duarte. Chris Duarte. He's older than him. Exactly.
And so y'all understand my logic though by saying, as long as Duarte's name's called, as long as Garuba's name is called, Kispert's name is called, Giddey's name is called. All that means is there's more room for us to get Josh Christopher.
I want Kispert. I don't want Giddey. I don't want Garuba.
Right. Right. Don't want Sengun. And no knock on those prospects, but they just don't.
Yeah, I don't want Sengun either.
You know, so they just don't fit, man. And it's no knock on them. It's just our team needs a different than other teams in the NBA.
I'll be fine with Miles McBride at 32.
Right.
I'll be fine.
Wait till the draft's over.
Hey, Primo, a lot of those guys have been in. Primo asked, have we worked out the guys? That's what he said, right? That's who all those names. Well, not all of them, but Trey Murphy. I think Trey Mann was in there and updated. Deuce McBride. There was a lot of names that was updated.
Where you going?
That worked, and that's my mom with her loud self. Let me move over here.
No, we're gonna get Josh Giddey. Y'all gonna be so upset. No, we're not getting Josh Giddey, bro. Don't even put that into anyone's head.
I'm just can't wait till the draft's over so we can stop talking about this all the time and arguing about what prospects are better. And
bro, I'm here to tell you.
I'm ready to not. I'm ready. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That once this draft is over, the talk for the 2023 draft is gonna start.
Oh no!
What about 2022?
No, not for me. I'm not talking about that.
Nah.
I'm not talking about no 2023 draft.
Nah, because
2 months before.
Bro, because the who got drafted? I remember in the 2020 the 2001 draft, when the 2001 draft was over, Cats was talking about tanking for LeBron James.
The dude that said Obi at the 2 guard wants the smoke.
Wants who? I want the smoke.
He's yelling at me saying he wants the smoke.
Wait, so what about the 2022 draft? We don't got nobody?
No, it's not a bad draft. It's a pretty decent draft.
Yeah, because like
3 of the top.
Chet Holmgren,
top 5.
baby. Chet Holmgren.
It's essential Freezy because the free agency class is gonna be, star-studded, but
yeah, it's kind of like the 2019 one where they ranked RJ, Zion, and Cam in the top 3 for Duke. They have Griffin and like 2 other guys that are in Duke, and they're like top 5 prospects.
Right.
So it's gonna be like that in 2022.
Do you think Chet Holmgren's worth the hype?
I think he's not bad.
Because they said I was hearing he's gonna be like, they said he was gonna be the second best white basketball player ever to live.
I think he's gonna be solid.
This dude hasn't even been in college yet.
I think he's gonna be solid when he keeps working.
Yeah, he looks okay. He doesn't look bad at
looks
all,
like
though.
one
He's
of those
good.
kids that grew up to 7 feet in 8th grade. He looks like he's way too tall for his. He needs to grow out. He needs to fill out.
Right. It'll come. It'll come. But he has natural and innate skills that are natural for basketball, man. So he's got touch, and he's got court vision. That's uncanny. You can't teach that stuff. No matter how long you be in the gym, you can't teach. Certain guys have, like for instance, Pistol Pete Maravich had court vision that was insane. Insane, right? Was he a better passer than John Stockton, who was probably the most accurate passer of all time?
Nope.
No, but Pistol Pete can see. For instance, Pistol Pete and LaMelo Ball have court vision that's uncanny.
Pistol Pete had the QB vision.
Right. like he could see stuff. He could see stuff happening in real time that most people couldn't even see. Like he can gauge people moving and people running at different speeds and angles and stuff.
Right.
And he would throw passes, and you'd be like, "Oh, what are you doing? Oh, good pass." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That is so. And Chet Holmgren has some of that stuff with him too. So. I mean, I don't know. My only thing is does he have fire?
Yeah, I was just asking because I feel like he's really hype. Not that it's hype. I was just seeing what you guys thought, because if he's really
I
like
saw
Money
some of his
Bates.
best. I like Money Bates.
Yeah, Money Bates is solid.
But he
I've been
won't.
watching him since he was like compared to KD like 3 years ago, probably.
Yeah, as an
Really
8th grader.
nice.
As
He
an
fell off a
8th
little height
grader.
though.
I want
His
one of the
height fell off a
makers,
little.
Don Maker. I want like his brothers. I want one of them to be like nice in the NBA. They all have like the mold to be like hybrid.
Yeah, his
like
brother is his brother returning? I don't know if he get drafted.
Yeah,
Well,
he'll be there at fit. I
Maker
think
McCurr Maker, right?
McCurr Maker, yeah.
Yeah, like I want one of his brothers to be nice, because come on, like
Yeah,
these
me
guys
too.
are tall. They're like tall with like good all around game, but they don't pan out. Well, Thon Maker didn't pan out in the NBA. Like not yet.
Ironically, I wouldn't mind having Thon Maker. You know
I
what
wouldn't
I'm saying?
either, actually.
You know, but you know who I wouldn't mind taking a flyer on? JT Thor.
Well, he reminds me of him, but yeah, I like the JT Thor.
Yeah.
I'm okay with Sims too, man. I'm okay with them late picks if we get somebody solid. And we got to look at the undrafted. Look who goes undrafted too. Somebody's going undrafted that's going to be talented.
There's gonna be a decent amount of good undrafted rookies.
It's going to be solid ones that we should take flyers on. I mean, then again, people going to be mad at that. So
well, Duke and I we're talking about speaking of Duke, David Duke, if he goes undrafted, or guys like that.
Yeah.
Is he the guy for what team?
Providence.
He's the one that can shoot.
The scoring machine.
He's the one.
He's a guard,
really
right?
Good defender, good playmaker. His only weakness is attacking the basket.
Yeah.
So he's Lonzo Ball.
I like David Johnson out of Louisville.
Most people like Cam Thomas.
Yeah.
Oh, LSU. That's LSU. I'm bugging.
Hey y'all, I gotta go, man. I gotta wrap up now because I got an appointment at 12:30. I'm gonna see what's going on see if I can find out what's going on with Ron. You know what I'm saying? Check on my guy. I already texted him.
Yeah, he said something with his mom. So.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, man.
It's a fact.
So I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that then.
Hey, Freezy. Not to go off topic. You said you might do the mock draft in a few days.
Yeah. Friday night.
The trade
Don't
proposal.
twist his arm to do another mock draft.
Friday night.
Oh, okay,
I want to do the one with trades. You know what I'm saying?
That's Freezy. That's a chore. We know you don't like doing mock drafts or anything,
bro.
They're actually fun though. I can't lie.
The thing with mock drafts is people always say, "I hate mock drafts," and then you start one, and then they talk the whole time during the mock draft.
Yeah,
why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? So they say they hate it, and then they engage in it.
What's funny about draft night? We gonna be up till at least 4, 5, 6 in the morning. Because that night gonna be so lit. I mean,
real quick, sorry, I've been working crazy hours and I'm on nights, so I get my days mixed up. What day is the draft exactly? Like during the week? Like what
29th at 8 o'clock.
29th. Is that a Tuesday?
Yeah.
I'm just guessing.
It's 1 week from. It's gonna be a Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. Okay.
Yeah, the drafts are always on Thursdays. I'm pretty sure.
Yep, I'll be at work.
And then August thingy for the free agency. That's gonna be another day.
August
No
2nd.
sleep.
But
I didn't
trading
sleep
should
last-
start in the next few days. Trades.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, because the season's over basically.
Yeah, it usually starts when the season ends, and you need to be able to trade before the draft starts. So it's usually like, I think it might start tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like a week before draft. I'm pretty sure.
Well, let's make that move for Giannis.
Yeah, man.
Nobody's trading for Giannis. He ain't going nowhere. That'd be nice though.
Yeah, it would be dope.
Let's give Kevin Knox and 58 for Giannis.
Oh man, that was Bucks was clown that show. They'll never pick up the phone again.
Right. Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I got an appointment at the gym. I'm gonna see if I can get a personal trainer. I'm trying to get rid of this gut, bro.
Me too, man. I'm about to go to the gym today in a few.
Yeah, I gotta get rid
Yeah,
of
I've been
this.
doing the same.
I'm supposed to go all week. I had to take care of family. I had the same emergency as you know. I have family emergencies too, man.
Yeah, man.
I didn't get to go to the gym this week.
And I'm shaped weird, man. I'm like if you saw LL Cool J up top, and then around the waist, I'm Santa Claus.
Like a potato.
Yeah. I'm shaped
got
like
called that
ice
one.
cream. I'm shaped like Thor from the Avengers. Remember Thor?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Drink the beers.
Oh my god.
Camera.
Oh my gosh. Oh my yeah. Oh my. So I gotta. Yeah, man. So I gotta get my act together, bro. But anyway, I'll holler at y'all later on, man. Definitely Friday night. Definitely doing the Knicks morning drive. We definitely gonna do that, man. I'm gonna piece y'all up, man, and then I'll holler at y'all in the morning.
All right, brother. You might not be on tonight, right? You might not.
No, I ain't gonna be on tonight, man. I can't do nights now because of I got some transition stuff going on at the bill payer, so I won't be able to do nights because cats have to have my undivided attention.
Got you.
Adults, grown-ups.
Wow.
Oh boy, you know how that go, bro.
Yeah.
So
all right, brother.
All right, man. I'll holler at y'all later, man.
Y'all be easy, man. Chat. Y'all be easy. Salute.